The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Just last week, the Patriots of Wayne Hills got back on track, easily handling the Teaneck Highwaymen. With many players stepping up, such as Quick Nick Falzarano and Chris the Gator Lohman, the effort must be doubled this week. Today's game against the Indians of Pascack Valley is easily the biggest game of the season. With the playoffs on the line and two of the top teams in the state, we're going to have a thriller in Hillsdale tonight. Are the Indians too powerful? Will the Patriots make the playoffs? Wayne Hills, baby, next.
Welcome to Pascack Valley High School, home of the Indians, as the 5-0 Indians are going to take on the 3-2 Wayne Hills Patriots. And this is probably the biggest game in Wayne Hills regular season history, Andrew.
Yeah, you know, it's basically do or die. If they don't win this game, they could almost kiss away the playoffs and making the state championship.
Well, this game is no gimme game here, guys. Pascack is ranked number 8 in the state, and they're 5-0 overall.
Yeah, this is really the crossroads in Wayne Hills season. If they win this game, they have smooth sailings almost for the playoffs. But if they lose, it's going to be a tough road for them. They might even have to go on the road for the playoffs.
You know, Mike Menanente for defense for Pascack Valley, he averages almost 15 tackles a game. He's big at inside linebacker. They're going to have to watch out for him tonight.
Well, that's all up to the linemen here. You know, there's a lot of key juniors stepping up tonight. We have James Kelly, the tackle, a junior. He has to play a big game tonight if we have a win here. If we expect a win here.
Yeah, Menante also a fantastic tight end for Pascack Valley. And Pascack Valley really going to look to have a fantastic passing attack tonight. Also look to get the draw going.
Also, Christian Rodriguez had a big game last week, but he was almost running on every play that he was in. You know, he won't be able to do that this week. He's going to get way more tired this week against this defense. They're probably going to have to run it with Craig Kuhnlein a lot this game.
Well, you know, it's tough to say, but I'll tell you what, Andrew. I was watching the Pascack Valley warm-up, and, you know, they play a 5-2 defense, meaning there's 5 linemen and 2 linebackers. So once they get to the edge, you know, it's just a secondary left to tackle them.
Yeah, Christian Rodriguez really loves to run up the middle, but against this Pascack Valley 5-2 defense, he's going to have to bounce out to the outside here and there to try and open up some big plays.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He usually, you're right, likes to run right up the middle, but we've seen him. He chooses the right option. If he sees the middle is closed, he goes to the outside, and he has some speed.
And also, one of the biggest stories of this season, Justin the Groat. Really, we've seen the evolution of him since his first game against Wayne Valley. He struggled a lot there. Then he went on to Tenafly, really played a fantastic game, did a good game management. We won that game big. St. Joe's, he threw a touchdown pass, built some confidence. Last week against Teaneck, had 12 for 17, a little over 200 yards, 2 touchdown passes, only an interception late. What can we expect to see out of him tonight?
We can expect an even bigger game. This is, you know, it's all on him and the running back. They need to score and score big. And Matt Shunke, he had a great game last week. I look to see big things from him also.
Also, last week we saw a couple of key catches by Eric Moskal. I look to see him get in the end zone early tonight.
Yeah, if this Wayne Hills team wants to win, they're going to have to pass the ball well, run the ball well, and also they got to win the battle on special teams.
You're absolutely right. They have one of probably the best deep threats in returning in the state of New Jersey, and the best kicker, Eric Martinez. Their special teams, they almost locked that up.
Well, last week we actually saw Eric Martinez miss a field goal. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to redeem himself this week.
Yeah, we know Eric Martinez has been licking his chops to make up for that miss last week.
You know, he missed that one field goal, but he's perfect for all of his extra points on the season.
And when we come back, Wayne Hills versus Pascack Valley action.
And that's the game! That is the game! Your Wayne Hills Patriots beat the Northern Highlanders 4-1. There was pandemonium at Patriot Stadium. Wayne Hills 4, Northern Highlands 1. A great game by both teams, but obviously Wayne Hills coming out on top.
Welcome back. I'm Eric Newman alongside Andrew Francis and Mike Caggiano, and we are in store for a fantastic game tonight.
This is a huge game for Wayne Hills, probably the biggest in regular season history.
Yeah, you know, last time they played Pascack Valley, it was in 2008 semifinals.
Yeah, and let's take a look back at that game in 2008.
And the passer is thrown as he throws, and that ball ends up in the hands of Kevin Rems as it was deflected by the block. And Rems goes all the way for the touchdown. No, they mark him down at the half-yard line. First and goal from the 1. Hands off to Ramsey. Hops up. Actually, that's... Now, Nick Tuminello has the ball, and then it gets stripped again. So we'll see what the call is here, because they're giving it to the Patriots. So the Wayne Hills Patriots make a huge stop on their own goal line. Wow. Empty backfield for the Patriots. The toss is DiBianca as he cuts it back and breaks through, running down the left side of the field. DiBianca has blazing speed and no one to beat as Tom DiBianca is going to take it all the way for the touchdown. Huge play there as Tom DiBianca took the toss. 3rd and 5. Pump fake, throwing to the left. And that pass is complete to the PV wide receiver. He's going to go in for the score. Touchdown Pascack Valley, and they take the lead. They fake it to the out man, and they toss it right to Tom DiBianca. DiBianca has room to run, moving down the right side. 10, 5, touchdown Tom DiBianca. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Whoa, can he move? The game is now over. Your final score here from Patriot Stadium. Wayne Hills 17, Pascack Valley 10. And with that win, their 51st consecutive win in a row, the Wayne Hills Patriots will now play 2 weeks from now for the state championship against either Lakeland or Sparta.
It was the 51st win in a row for Wayne Hills, and they went on to play Lakeland in the state championship with a 35-6 score for their 5th consecutive state final. And Wayne Hills really looking back to get to the state championship to win another one this year.
That would be a huge thing for them to accomplish this season. You know, it's Coach Olson's last year, Kevin Olson's senior year at quarterback. He's going on to Miami next year. He would love to go out with a state championship.
You know, after a season like we've had here, losing to St. Joe's and losing to Valley, this is a key game for the Patriots.
And here we go. Kickoff about to happen. All these players, a lot of nerves going on in their brains.
I've talked to a lot of players in school. They're all nervous, but they're excited.
And here's the return. Eric Mosko looking for room. He's getting to the outside. Taken down about the 35-yard line.
And that was a fantastic way to start this game. A nice return by Eric Mosko. Look for them to move off, you know, gain momentum from that play.
You know, that tackle by the Pascack Valley kickoff team was really what they needed here. They really needed to stop them. Let's see what they think and continue that here on defense.
You're absolutely correct.
For Wayne Hills, that's fantastic field position at about the 35-yard line. They can look to do some big things, and when you're the underdog in the game, it's really important to start with great field position and try and make it as easy as you can to score the ball. And Wayne Hills on the first play, Justin DeGroat drops back. He's looking for a man. He's got number 10, Kyle Hunter, wide open. He makes a move. And a fantastic play by Wayne Hills, and this crowd is getting into it.
That was a beautiful play. That just shows how Justin DeGroat has evolved since his first game, making 30, 40-yard passes. That was incredible.
Yeah, we could not expect to see anything like that his first game against Valley. And now he's looking like a poised senior. Like, this is basically what he does.
You know, we talked about it last week, Andrew. Justin has a great arm, and he's been able to throw those 50-yard bombs, you know, just as well as Kevin has in the past.
Yeah, with Pascack Valley really keying in on our running backs, the play action game can really work. And now here's a run by Christian Rodriguez for a couple yards on the play.
You know, you were definitely right in the pregame show. The middle is not going to be the option tonight. They're going to have to kick it to the outside, maybe some pitches, play action, rolling to the right. That's what's going to hopefully win this game for them.
The Pascack Valley game plan really is to clog up the middle, and Wayne Hills, they know that. I don't know what they're thinking. They're running up the middle. They got to try to get it to the outside early to maybe sprout this Pascack Valley defense.
Well, you know, there's also a possibility of us having or Wayne Hills having a couple of outside runs with the quarterback here in Justin DeGroat.
Justin DeGroat really is a very athletic quarterback. Maybe expect an option play here and there. Wayne Hills looking to do some big things. And now another run by Christian Rodriguez up the middle for a couple more yards and getting really near that goal line now, about the 10-yard line.
If Wayne Hills can score on their first drive, that would really set big things for this game, and it would just be huge for them.
Yeah, it's really important for Wayne Hills to set the tone here early to show Pascack Valley they're not playing around. just because Pascack Valley's undefeated and this Wayne Hills team's 3-2, they are not scared at all.
Well, also key for the Patriots here is to, really get the home crowd out of it. Pascack Valley has a huge student section here, and to get the Hills students and parents here into it, it's key here to get some supporters.
Yeah, and I was talking to this Wayne Hills team before the game and this prior week at school, and they are confident they're going to win this game. They feel really, really confident that this is their game. This is where they can show the state that they're a real competitive team.
You almost wonder, if they go on to win this game and they go on to make the playoffs, and Kevin Olson's hopefully back from his injury, do you think Justin will get any time, maybe as like almost a 2-quarterback option?
I think that'd be a real interesting thing to see, maybe like a Tim Tebow, Mark Sanchez type situation where you get the 2 quarterback in the game, and it would really be a hard thing for the other team to game plan for, but I can't really see it. Once you get Kevin Olson in the game, you want him to play on every single down.
Kevin Olson's Elite 11 quarterback. It's really hard to, rotate 2 quarterbacks in and out, even if they're at the same skill level.
Yeah, and a big 3rd and 1 coming up here from about the 10-yard line. See what happens. And a run up the middle. It's going to be close. What do you think happened there, Andrew?
I think there's a first down by Matt Shunke. He's a big fullback. I think he powered through with enough yards there.
We saw that a lot last week. A lot of power runs through the middle with Shunke and a lot of other players, with especially Christian Rodriguez. If they're going to do it, they have to do it with the power game.
Yeah, this Wayne Hills team early does not seem to be fearing this 5-2 defense by Pascack Valley. They're going to run it up the middle no matter what. Stick to their game plan.
They may not be fearing it, but so far it hasn't really been working. They haven't had a huge play yet, but hey, they can get a huge play at any given moment.
Yeah, 10 minutes left here in this first quarter. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And Justin DeGroat has a man open. And number 5, Matt Shunke, drops the ball. It would have been a short touchdown that play.
That was the exact play that Justin DeGroat had his first touchdown pass last week against Teaneck on. And I'm surprised Matt Shunke caught that. He's a great player. You don't see that from him, and that will never happen again this game.
Well, there's actually 2 things that happen there. He has a lot of nerves coming into this huge game. He's been injured for most of the season. And, it's very cold here tonight. The ball is hard as a rock. It's really hard to catch those types of balls like that, especially when they're thrown from a short distance at a high velocity.
Yeah, but when you're in the game and coach calls your number, you got to be ready to catch that ball. Okay, here we go again. And here's the run with Christian Rodriguez up the middle, picking up a couple of yards there. It's going to be a key 3rd down coming up here.
That defensive line we keep talking about, but they are having a huge impact on this game already. They're really not letting up any more than like 2 or 3 yard runs.
Well, Andrew, do you think that we're going to start seeing the outside run soon from Coach Olson?
Well, we saw Robbie Schiller's back from injury, so obviously they're not going to play him too hard, the first game back. But if he comes to the game, I can see the first play being a pitch to the outside and him going long, far, getting good yards.
Well,
yeah, it's 3rd down here, 4 yards away from the end zone. And if Wayne Hills tries a pitch to get it to the outside or maybe even a screen play, really spread out this Pascack Valley defense, we can see a touchdown on this play. And looks like there's a false starter on the play there, and that's not something you want to see if you're Wayne Hills.
Especially when you're in the red zone like that, you can't give up a play. Especially, this game means a lot. You can't be doing that in this type of situation.
Especially when you're 3rd and goal, losing yards like that. Maybe even if it's like a bigger penalty, 15 yards, that's a huge chunk of yards there.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 4 there. They had the option to go pass, run, play action. There's a lot of things they could have done there. Now it's 3rd and goal, 9 yards away from the end zone, and they're going to have to pass. Justin DeGroat is going to have to find a wide open man or something. And it all really stems from that drop by Matt Shunke on the first play of this goal line series.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But Kyle Hunziker hasn't been playing a huge amount of wide receiver this year. He's been playing the whole game on defense. But after that huge catch on the first play, they just put him back in, and they're probably going to look to go for him for a touchdown on this play.
Yeah, Justin DeGroat under center. He drops back, looking for a man. He's got time. And there's a throw in number 12, Preston Quinn. Touchdown, Wayne Hills. A great play with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in this first quarter.
That was a beautiful pass and catch by Preston Quinn, and the crowd erupted after that.
And from the second that ball was hiked, you heard the crowd yelling, he's open, he's open. And Justin DeGroat found the man, made a beautiful throw, split the seam, and now 6-0 Wayne Hills.
That's a very impressive play. Justin has the key pass there, and Preston Quinn stepping up big as a senior here.
And that was a flag on the field on the extra point. What did you see there, Andrew?
I think there was too many players on the field.
And the refs are going to talk about it a little bit. Let's see what they call. But again, that touchdown by Wayne Hills really sets the tone early for this game.
Well, that was huge. They can just build off of that, and that's huge for them. That's what they've been aiming for all week: score early, set the tone for the game, and they got exactly what they wanted.
And the extra point, good by Eric Martinez. 7-0 Wayne Hills.
I don't know if you saw there, but number 1, Brandon Moresi, he almost blocked that kick, and if they, let him in one more time, he'll probably get it. So they have to watch out for him on the next, extra point.
On the bright side, he didn't block that one, and now it's 7-0 Wayne Hills. But again, that touchdown was huge. When you start off with the ball, your number one thought is we got to score the ball here, set the tone early, and that's exactly what Wayne Hills has done. They've shown Pascack Valley, they've put Pascack Valley in a really uncomfortable situation. Now Pascack Valley is going to have to try to come back.
And every player on that offense there, they looked poised and they were ready to do this. And 3-2, that drive, that didn't reflect their record. They showed a 5-0 team and that they're ready to win this game.
Well, actually we saw another, Eric Martinez has been perfect on extra points. That's exactly what he needed after that miss last week, a field goal miss last week. And, let's see if maybe he gets a touchback here, Andrew.
And you saw there on the sideline, offensive lineman and defensive lineman, Dan Wilcox and Ryan Cardux, they went over and talked to Matt Chunky. He had a drop, but he has to look past that and move on. He can't be thinking of that the rest of the game.
Yeah, he can expect some big minutes in this game, and don't be surprised he comes back later and gets another big opportunity in the end zone and converts that time. And now Eric Martinez getting ready to kick the ball off. And that's a booming kick by Eric Martinez. It's going back to about the goal line. And Pascack Valley is going to return it. Taken down at about the 25-yard line.
So now I've heard a lot of big things about this Pascack Valley QB, Kyle Schneider. So let's see what he can do on this drive and see if the Wayne Hills defense can contain him.
Well, Pascack Valley is a primarily pass-first offense. Let's see if maybe they throw a pass here, maybe a play action. They have to get this defense, the Patriot defense in check here. Make sure that they don't get a big play here.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Gold earlier today, and he said that this team loves to pass the ball, but also don't be surprised they run the draw play. And here's a run to number 20, Chris Garcia there. Only a couple yards on that game.
And that was a fantastic stop by Wayne Hills, not letting him get more than 1 or 2 yards there, and that's what they have to do all game.
We talked about this last week, Andrew, those two junior defensive tackles in the game, James Kelly and Chris Lohman. They've really been doing a great job the past 2 games, and, let's see if they could keep it up here.
Yeah, with only a 2-yard gain there by Pascack Valley, how huge would it be for Wayne Hills to go touchdown their first possession and make Pascack Valley go 3 and out on theirs?
That would be huge for Wayne Hills.
And now Schneider drops back. He's looking for a man. And what happened there? The ball was bobbling around. Some people thought that was going to be a catch. Some thought it would be a pick. But that is not a good decision by the quarterback there, throwing a triple coverage.
Triple coverage, and junior safety Nick Falzerano, he almost had the interception there. I wouldn't throw in his direction. I know he's got hands, and next time he won't let that drop.
Last week he stepped up big too in the absence of Robbie Schiller, and he really played well. He's a hard-hitting guy, and he's a big threat in the middle of the field on defense.
Yeah, Nick Falzerano, really a great safety, and we can expect big things from him for the rest of this year and also next year when he's a senior. And now Pascack Valley lines up in the shotgun. Schneider drops back. He's looking for a man. And it looks like it's incomplete, actually, says the referees. And now it's going to be 4th down, a 3 and out for Pascack Valley. That's exactly what Wayne Hills is looking for to start
exactly
this game.
Right. That's what Wayne Hills wanted, and that was a great stop by Eric Mosko to not let him catch the ball. That was fantastic.
Eric Mosko really hitting the ball first on the tackle, really getting it so it pops out, and for an incomplete pass, you couldn't have asked for anything more from him there.
Yeah, now Eric Moskal and Christian Rodriguez back deep to return this punt. The ball's in the air. It's coming Eric Moskal's direction. There's some backspin on the ball. And it's going to be at about the Pascack Valley 48-yard line. That's a great field position for Wayne Hills again. And if you're Wayne Hills, you really, really badly want to capitalize, score again, go up 14-0 early in this game, and put Pascack Valley away as early as possible.
If Wayne Hills could go up 14-0 here, that would be huge. And if they do that, I could honestly see them, just telling Pascack Valley, you're 5-0, that means nothing to us. And Pascack Valley, I see them getting a little nervous on the field.
Well, they come to this game 5-0. They had, a big win against the Paul Catholic in week 3 of the season. Let's see if maybe they could get a big turnover here.
And here's the handoff to Christian Rodriguez. He's looking for room. Not able to find much. Picks up about 1 on that play.
You know, we're really not seeing any openings up through the middle. You know, he went a little more towards the outside, but it was still basically the middle.
Yeah, that's really the opposite of what we've been seeing from this Wayne Hills offense this season. Generally, the passing game's been a little slow with Justin DeGroat, but it's been getting better. But the running game has been fantastic. And in this game, it just seems like they can't get anything going with the run.
Well, you know, there is also 5 linemen down for the defensive line, and that's huge. You know, that's 3 linemen you have to get past, and that's rough when you're your offense like this.
And now here's the pitch to Christian Rodriguez. He gets to the outside, picks up about 2 yards on that play. Some improvement. Now it's going to be about 3rd and 7 for Wayne Hills.
You know, this defensive line for Pascack Valley, they keep surprising me. We thought, you know, they're big kids. They stop them going up the middle, but every single one of them got to the outside quickly and basically contained Christian Rodriguez.
Well, you know, they really did, but I'm thinking that maybe they throw a little post here to junior Jake Van Penen, maybe see if they can pick up those yards.
Yeah, Wayne Hills here, 3rd and 5. This is the territory on 3rd down where they can really do what they want, but don't be surprised if Justin DeGroat drops back and finds a man open for the 1st down.
I can see not even just going for the 1st down. They go for a huge play like they started off the game with.
Yeah, Kyle Hunzinger lining up on the outside. Don't be surprised if Justin DeGroat drops back and looks for him for another big pass in here, but seems to be a flag on the play.
I think it's a timeout Wayne Hills.
Timeout Wayne Hills, and that's a good timeout for Wayne Hills because you really want to calm the players down. It's 3rd and 5, a huge play early in this game that can really decide the outcome. If they convert, pick up the 1st down, continue this drive, maybe score, this game's going to be hard for Pascack Valley to win, and it's going to be a good situation for Wayne Hills.
And if you're Coach Olson, you call that timeout because you need to get the right play and you need to make sure your players know what they're doing because this is a huge 1st down. If they can get a 1st down here, eventually score, like you've been saying, that would be huge for them.
Coach Olson also, you know, making sure he's getting the right personnel on. He actually just brought Christian Rodriguez and Matt Chunky on the field. Maybe they go for a run here and surprise the Pascack Valley defense or play action or something like that, Andrew?
Yeah, I could definitely see a play action. A run, I don't know, but definitely a play action. Rolling to your right like we saw that earlier play to Matt Chunky.
Yeah, when you have 2 running backs in the game, it always makes the other team anxious for the run. So if you hit him with a play action, Justin DeGroat drops back, looks for a man deep, makes a big play, Pascack Valley could be in for a long night.
You know what, Eric? You know, there's a lot of depth at that running back position, so you always have to look out for the runs and the play actions here when you're playing Wayne Hills.
And also, with the return of Matt Chunky, you can always look for the surprise fullback run. He had a huge, about 40-yard run at the end of the last game, and I could see that happening again.
And Justin DeGroat drops back. He's looking for a man. He's rolling out. He goes deep to Eric Moskal, and just a little bit overthrown. It's going to be 4th down for Wayne Hills.
Almost intercepted. I won't see Justin DeGroat trying to do that kind of pass again, rolling to your right, throwing across your body. I don't see him doing that again.
Well, you know, that's a difficult throw. You know, he's rolling to the opposite direction. He really needed to plant his feet there and just throw it like with confidence, like he's been doing in the past.
That play wasn't entirely Justin DeGroat's fault, though. He hiked the ball, he looked up, and he had 3 men coming at him immediately, and he needed to evade the tackle and try to make a play. And I think he did a pretty good job of not getting sacked there.
You're absolutely right. To avoid the sack, that's probably better than, you know, throwing an incomplete pass.
And here's a punt coming up. Eric Moskal looking to pin them deep in their own, 5-yard line. Ball's bouncing. And a big hit by Wayne Hills. Ball down at about the 8-yard line. And that's a good punt by Eric Moskal.
And I don't think the Wayne Hills players realize that hit Pascack Valley's, return man. It hit the back of his foot, and they could have returned that.
How big of a play would that have been for Wayne Hills if they returned that, got the ball within their own 10-yard line, almost reminiscent of the Wayne Valley game against Wayne Hills, where Wayne Valley did that to Wayne Hills, started out with a touchdown early, then also recovered the punt that they punted the ball at Wayne Hills. And if Wayne Hills could have done that to Pascack Valley, this game could have been a long night for them.
Well, that would have been a key play here. That would have, taken all the confidence out of the Pascack Valley team, and that would just, given so much confidence into the punting team and special teams.
So we saw this Wayne Hills defense lock up the Pascack Valley offense on the first drive. Let's see if they can, contain them on this drive and set, keep the tone at, in the Wayne Hills' favor.
Yeah, I think it's important for Wayne Hills to bring pressure here, try to take down this great quarterback Kyle Schneider early, and get him on the ground, get him a little scared of the defensive line for Wayne Hills. Some big things can happen. But here's the run for number 20, Chris Garcia, and he's making moves here and there and picks up the first down there.
It looks like there may have been a late hit there by number 77, Rob Levine. You can't have that happen in this kind of game.
Yeah, when you're the underdog like Wayne Hills is, playing this undefeated Pascack Valley team, you got to minimize the mistakes as much as possible.
Well, on that run there, we also saw the running back for Pascack Valley. He got hit a lot of times. The first initial contact comes in the backfield, and he just powers his way forward for a first down. And there's a huge penalty on this play, moving them back another 15 yards. That is a huge play for the Pascack Valley offense, and, just a really bad penalty on the Patriots defense.
Yeah, when you're playing a great offense like Pascack Valley, where they can get the pass game going and the run game going, you got to stay on your P's and Q's and not make mistakes like that. And now, play action play. Kyle Schneider drops back looking for a man, and number 37 on the catch, Jimmy Butler, picks up about 4 yards there.
That was a solid play by Pascack Valley, and if you're them, I guess they're going for the short passes, consistent, get first downs, move the chains.
Well, the short passes and the screens really open up the deep ball later on in the game and even in the quarter and then the drive. And, let's see if maybe they do that here. Maybe they run a draw play or run or something like that.
Yeah, also, if they keep hitting Wayne Hills with the short passes, they can try to go deep to their great tight end, Mike Mementi. Don't be surprised to try to do something like that. And here's another run for running back Chris Garcia. Great spin move. And it looks like from here he picked up the first down.
He's playing like Christian Rodriguez usually plays against the other teams. He's hitting 1-2 guys, spinning off, and gaining extra yards. He's playing fantastically.
Garcia has really impressed me early here. He had, 2 huge runs for first downs. Actually, this isn't a first down, but, he's had 2 huge runs and, a lot of solid runs in between.
Yeah, after that run, it's going to set up a huge 3rd and 1 here with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. And if Wayne Hills can stop them and make Pascack Valley punt, that could be big. And here's the run to Garcia, and he picks up the first down there.
I'm very impressed with number 20, Chris Garcia. He's just had solid 3, 4, 5-yard runs every time. And if you're a running back, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, it seems like if he gets the ball on first down, it's going to be 2nd and 6 coming up. And that's something that's going to hurt this Wayne Hills offense, or Wayne Hills defense. Wayne Hills needs to tackle him in the backfield, make Pascack Valley lose some yards, and really show some defensive dominance out there. And Kyle Schneider with the play action. He finds his man, number 10, Nick Soravia, and he gets to the outside, and he's taken out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. About 30-yard line. Big play for Pascack Valley there.
This Pascack Valley is showing the Wayne Hills team that they're a 5-0 team, and that first drive was almost a fluke, and that they're gonna play just as hard as Wayne Hills will this game.
Yeah, and that play, you saw them with the quick play action, and that really stems from how great their run game has been on this drive.
Also, something I'm noticing with the Pascack Valley offense is they're really trying to hurry the ball up.
And another run to Chris Garcia. He gets to the outside. He's looking for room, and he's taken out at about the 30-yard line. First down for Pascack Valley, it seems.
He is really, he's untouchable right now. They have not been able to stop him within the first 4 yards of his run.
And Andrew, it's not that he's untouchable. It's that they can't take him down. They're getting hands on him. They're getting on his back, and Chris Garcia is just going to keep running and try to pick up the first down every single time he gets the ball.
Chris Garcia is running low and hard here. He's doing a great job, and, he's really going to open up, the rest of the Pascack Valley offense.
And Kyle Schneider looks back. And a great catch by number 44, Mike Mementi. That great tight end from Pascack Valley we were talking about earlier. Look for more plays like that from him for the rest of this game.
We saw the cornerback Jake Van Penen there almost got the interception, but Mike Mementi really used his size and his experience, and he caught that ball for a first down. That was a great play.
Yeah, when the quarterback Kyle Schneider threw that ball, I think everyone thought it was going to be an incompletion, but Mike Mementi made a fantastic move to adjust his body, corral the ball into his hands, and that's a great play. And now another run by Chris Garcia, picking up about 3 or 4 yards on that play.
After all these plays, you wonder, why doesn't Wayne Hills maybe have an extra lineman in or send a blitz right up the middle? Because they're running it up the middle almost every play, and they're gaining 4 or 5 yards each play.
Well, if they blitz here, then they're leaving the wide of the field wide open, and, that just opens up the huge Pascack Valley passing game, which is just phenomenal from what we've heard, guys.
Yeah, when you play Pascack Valley, you got to pick your poison. Do you want them to beat you with the run, or do you want to beat them with the pass? But you got to take away one of the two. And Kyle Schneider looking for a man. He pump fakes, and it looks like he's going to take it himself. and taken down only for about a yard.
That was a huge tackle by sophomore Justin Hogan. He's a big kid, and he just took down their QB.
You know, we've been expecting a lot out of him this season, and he's really fulfilled his duties here. You know, stepping up for a lot of injured players, and you know he's doing a great job.
Yeah, Justin Hogan really has done a great job this season. But we saw there Kyle Schneider run. That's something that's kind of interesting. Do you think he's going to try to run the ball more and more as this game progresses, or do you think he's going to try to stay back in the pocket and make some big passes?
Well, with him playing in the shotgun, it just opens up room for him to be able to roll to the outside.
And now here's another run to Chris Garcia, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Pascack Valley, 7-6 now. And now we got a game. It's going to be a tie game, maybe 7-7, and that's not what you want to see if you're Wayne Hills.
You know, late in the first quarter, this is really what you wanted to see here if you're the Pascack Valley hopeful. And, you know, maybe they miss the extra point. I don't know what happens here. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 13 seconds left here in this first quarter. It is a 7-6 game. Wayne Hills as Pascack Valley sets up for this extra point. And Wayne Hills got to try to conjure up something on their next offensive possession. Snaps a little bit high, but the kick is good by Pascack Valley. And now we got a tie game here, 7-7.
Now we definitely have a ball game. This Wayne Hills team is going to have to play even harder. They have no lead now, so they're going to have to score here. Next drive, stop them. This is going to be a good game.
This is definitely going to be a great game, Andrew. We've been saying this since, you know, the loss to Wayne Valley. This has been the game that's been circled on all of our calendars.
Yeah, even before the season started, I was reading the Bergen Record, and they said Pascack Valley, Week 6, circle that on your calendars. That's going to be the biggest game of the season, and we are looking for some big things here from both teams. This can be a season changer for either of them.
Yeah, well, Wayne Hills usually doesn't play them. You know, they switched who they play this year, so they've only really played them in the playoffs, so they're not used to this team. So it's a new thing for them.
Well, you know, last time, like we said in the pregame, you know, last time we played them 2008, and, you know, it was a pretty good game then, too. Let's see what they do here. You know, Pascack Valley really is going to give them a run for their money. You know, they're a great team, and, you know, let's see what they do.
And Pascack Valley setting up for the kickoff here. Wayne Hills with Christian Rodriguez and Eric Moskal back deep to return this kick. And it's a short kick there. Going to be returned by number 24, Steve Pasterla. He's looking for room. Gets it to about the 30-yard line. Do you think that was on purpose by Pascack Valley, or do they just not have the capability to kick it deep? Because that was a very short kick.
You know, I definitely don't think they ever hope to kick it to about the 30-yard line or 20-yard line. But, not every team has an Eric Martinez as their kicker. But going back to that 2008 Pascack Valley game, Wayne Hills had a big-time player step up to basically win the game for them, Tom DiBianca. And Wayne Hills is going to need another impact, huge player this game if they want to win and hopefully go on to the playoffs.
Maybe that player is Justin DeGrow here. Let's see if maybe he can get a score here or something like that. They really got to get – the offense really has to get it going here.
Yeah, Justin DeGrow is going to look to lead this team to points on this drive, and let's see what happens. And here's the handoff to Christian Rodriguez. He spins looking for room, but not able to find much. Taken down for about a gain of 2. And I'm sorry, that was Matt Shunke on the run there.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we can look to have those big fullback runs by Wayne Hills. Matt Shunke back, he's good. He can do it.
Speaking of Matt Shunke being back, Robbie Schiller just checked into the game after being out last week with an injury. What can we expect to see from him here on this play? Is he going to be a decoy, or are they really going to give him the ball and see if he can make something happen?
Well, if they want to get the running game going against this Pascack Valley defense, they need to run to the outside, and Robbie Schiller is the answer for that.
Here's the pitch to Robbie Schiller. He's looking for room. He's getting to the outside. Picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Like I said, Robbie Schiller is the man to get it to the outside. His speed, his eyesight for the openings, he's great on that.
Well, the defensive ends for the Pascack Valley team did a great job of containing him and keeping him in the backfield there. And, that was key for their defense. And, now we have a critical third down for the Patriots. Maybe we see a pass of some sort, maybe even a play action or a draw pass or something.
And the clock's running down here in the first quarter. 50 seconds left. Tie game 7-7. Third and 4 for Wayne Hills. And Justin DeGroat is going to look to have a big play here. Pitches it to the outside of Robbie Schiller. He's looking for room on the outside. He makes a move. He's taken down by Pascack Valley. It's going to be close, but it does not seem like they picked up the first down there. And That's not what you want if you're Wayne Hills. Pascack Valley scores the ball. You're looking to come back, gain momentum after that, and they just weren't able to here. It's going to be 4th down for Wayne Hills.
So now Wayne Hills is going to have to play defense with no lead, and if they give up a touchdown, they're playing from behind the rest of this game.
And that's definitely a killer for them. We saw them get down early against Valley. Let's see what they could do.
Eric Moskal getting ready to punt the ball here. It's a high snap, but he fields it well. Punts high and deep in the air. And Pascack Valley call. It bounces off the Pascack Valley player and is recovered by Wayne Hills. Number 12, Preston Quinn. A great play for Wayne Hills, and that's exactly what you want if you're the Patriot faithful.
We were talking about that earlier, that the first punt went off the Pascack Valley player. That was a fantastic play, heads-up play by Preston Quinn, and that's exactly what Wayne Hills needs.
That's almost like, throwing the ball downfield, 50 yards. It's a great play. Absolutely perfect. Exactly what the Patriots needed here.
You're absolutely right. Maybe that was a designed, muff for them.
And that drive by Wayne Hills, really, they were getting nothing. All those runs, every time they tried to gain yards, the Pascack Valley was all over them. Now let's see if Wayne Hills can do something big here. We're going into the second quarter, 7-7, and we'll be right back after this. This is going to be a huge game coming up.
But here we go. Lucas will inbound the corner with 3 minutes to go. She gets it to Giametta. Giametta corrals it, puts a shot on net. Deflected into the net. A goal by Brittany Galone. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship.
Oh, baby, call your friends. Call your friends. Wayne Hills state champions, baby.
Couldn't script it any better, Joe. Couldn't script it any better myself. What a shot by Brittany Galone off the deflection from Jacqueline Giametta, and Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship in dramatic fashion.
And we're back for the second quarter of this Wayne Hills Pascack Valley game. The game is tied 7-7, and Wayne Hills just had a huge momentum gainer on that muffed punt, and look for big things on this drive.
Yeah, just before the break, we saw a huge mishap by Pascack Valley on the muff punt, and now Wayne Hills is going to look to capitalize. Justin DeGroat, play action. He's looking for a man. He throws it deep, goes to Eric Moskal, and a fantastic catch. Oh, no, it is incomplete, but it looks like there's pass interference on the play. That would have been one of the biggest plays I've ever seen in Wayne Hills in this season.
It wouldn't have just been one of the biggest plays this season. It would probably be the biggest play of Justin DeGroat's career this year and next year.
That would have been the deciding factor for this game and this season. And, that was a huge play. And we still are getting the yards here with the pass interference call. And, we're close to the goal line. What do you think we're going to see? Run, pass?
I think the only thing that's been really working this game has been the passing game. So I can see maybe just shotgun passes or play action passes. But I'd look to see the arm of Justin DeGroat a lot on these upcoming plays.
Yeah, in the first play of the game, we saw a huge pass by Justin DeGroat. Our touchdown was scored by Justin DeGroat's arm, and then we kind of shied away from the pass. Don't be surprised if Wayne Hills starts passing the ball more and more as this game progresses. And a pitch to the outside to Robbie Schiller. He gets the outside a little bit, picks up a couple yards there, but not many by Robbie Schiller there on the play.
That was still a solid gain. It wasn't, huge gain, but as long as you get closer and closer, that's all you want for Wayne Hills. Eventually score a touchdown on this set of downs.
If the Patriots could just get 4 yards every run play, and after 3 downs or so, you'll have a first down, and it's exactly what you need, just to get first downs and eventually get in the end zone here.
Yeah, Wayne Hills on this drive really looking to capitalize. They're within field goal range already, but they're not thinking about 3 points. We all know what they're thinking about. They want the touchdown. And Justin DeGroat gets on the center on 2nd and 8. And there's the run up the middle by Christian Rodriguez. Not many yards there on the play.
We still just haven't seen the running game up the middle open up for Wayne Hills yet, and that's surprising. That hasn't happened really all season.
That's they're getting stuffed up in the middle because of that 5 defensive linemen down in the defense there. That's huge.
Yeah, even though the run hasn't been working so far in this game, I think it might be important for them to try and stick with the run, keep Pascack Valley thinking that Wayne Hills is going to run the ball the whole game, and then hit them with the play action. Maybe Justin DeGroat could have a big pass. Don't be surprised you see something like that. Justin DeGroat under center, drops back. He's looking for a man. pressure. Throws to Eric Moskal, and that looks like it's a touchdown by Eric Moskal. Touchdown, Wayne Hills. 10 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game. A fantastic play by Wayne Hills.
Wow, that was a great play. And Wayne Hills taking the lead, and that's exactly what they wanted to do.
Well, Eric Moskal came in on a skinny post, and Justin DeGroat just really picked his man and just flung it right to him. Perfect play.
Yeah, Justin DeGroat and this Wayne Hills offense were really looking to capitalize off of that muff punt by Pascack Valley, and they did a great job of doing just that. And Eric Martinez gets set to kick the extra point, and it's good. 14-7, Wayne Hills with 10 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter, and that's just what you want if you're Wayne Hills. Get up early, show Pascack Valley that you are a competitor in this game, and that's exactly what Wayne Hills is trying to do.
For the most part, Pascack Valley hasn't been able to stop Wayne Hills. They stopped them basically on 2 drives, but because of Pascack Valley's mistakes, Wayne Hills is winning this game.
Well, that drop punt before was really big in this drive. That set up the score. That set up a couple of huge plays, and if Pascack Valley keeps making these mistakes, it's going to be a long night for them.
Yeah, and also the confidence of Justin DeGroat in this game has really surprised me. It has been fantastic. You saw him on that drive step up in the pocket, look to Eric Moskal early, and there was a pass interference, but that almost could have been a touchdown on that play. They moved the ball up a little bit. Then for the touchdown pass, the pocket collapses. Justin DeGroat's looking for Eric Moskal and just makes a fantastic throw under pressure, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're Wayne Hills.
And like you said, he's playing poise like he's been doing this for years. Some people don't realize. He played running back all until high school, so he's pretty new to the position, but he's playing it very well.
Well, he brings a lot of athleticism coming from the running back position here.
And here's the kick by Eric Martinez. A line drive, but a deep one, and Pascack Valley decides to return it. Looking for a place to go. Making some moves. Gets to about the 30-yard line there for Pascack Valley.
And Wayne Hills just couldn't bring down number 18, Kyle Zenk, on that play. He's a big kid at about 6'2", 190. That's hard to bring him down.
Yeah, he was running out Wayne Hills with a full head of steam, and he just wasn't planning on going down anytime soon.
Yeah, Kyle Zenk here is a huge player. And, he's really big and he's really good. And he's going to try to run it down every single time.
Yeah, he's been a great kick returner this season, and now Pascack Valley is looking to have a great drive here. Wayne Hills trying to stop them, and this is exactly what you want to see if you're a fan. This has been a great game so far. And now Kyle Schneider, play action, all the time in the world in the pocket. He finds his fantastic tight end, Mike Mementi, taken down at about the 50-yard line. 20-yard pass for Pascack Valley. Great play for them.
And that's just what Wayne Hills can't give up after having a touchdown, taking the lead. They can't give up a 20-yard pass.
They really have to shut them down here. They have to look to get a turnover or, a big stop here or something. They really need to get the ball back and maybe score again.
Yeah, the defense of this game for both teams hasn't been that great, but I think it's more of the offenses for both teams playing out of their mind fantastic, and that's what you want to see if you're the fans. We're in store for a high-scoring game by both of these teams, and that's something I'm really excited to see. And now Kyle Schneider gets under center. Handoff to Garcia. He finds a hole, gets up the middle, picks up the first down at about the 39-yard line, and that's another great play by Pascack Valley.
And Eric, when we went to go and see Coach Goldstein today in the athletic office, he told us the big keys were containing the quarterback, containing the running back, but they needed to dominate on special teams. And so far, the mistakes by Pascack Valley on the punts, the kickoffs for Wayne Hills, they're doing a pretty good job with the special teams.
Yeah, and Pascack Valley really needs to look to do better on the special team. That's really been the difference in this game. And only about a 1-yard run there by Pascack Valley. That's great defense by Wayne Hills.
These defensive linemen for Hills really need to start shutting down the running game in the middle. They really need to look to get a big advantage on the smaller Pascack Valley offensive line.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 10 here, and that, I believe, has been the first real stop by this Wayne Hills defense on the running back. They've been letting these running backs pick up more and more yards on every single play, and that was a good play by Wayne Hills there.
That's surprising because Wayne Hills usually doesn't let any team do that.
Yeah, and Kyle Schneider gets under center, looking to make something happen. Play action. Finds his man, Mike Mementi, and Wayne Hills seems to just really be having trouble with this great tight end here.
That connection with the QB, number 6, Kyle Schneider, number 44, Mike Mementi, that's a huge, combo. They play very well together.
The Patriot defense really needs to shut that down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for them.
Yeah, the big three for Pascack Valley of Garcia, Schneider, and Manenti have really carried this team to this 5-0 record. There's a reason they're undefeated. They're a great team. And Kyle Schneider under center again. Handoff to number 18, Kyle Zank, and only picks up about 2 yards there on the play.
You know, it's surprising that Kyle Zank wasn't able to power through for a couple more yards, because we saw on that kickoff, he had a huge return, hit about 5 guys, and still wasn't taken down. So I was surprised on that play.
Well, it's like hit or miss with this Patriot defensive line here. Sometimes they clog up the middle perfectly, and other times they just let them run right through for a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and it's a 5-yard gain there by Kyle Zank. It didn't seem like he picked up that many yards from the booth, but I guess it was a pretty good run.
That was a pretty generous spot by the refs.
And now we got Kyle Schneider under center. The handoff to number 18, Kyle Zank again. And this Wayne Hills defensive line says, no, you are not crossing that line of scrimmage. Great play by the Wayne Hills defensive line.
So this is probably one of the biggest, third downs for Wayne Hills on this game. If they can stop them right here, that'd be huge for them.
And you know what's really the fantastic thing about this game? Every single time it's third down, we've been saying this is the biggest third down of the game. And that's really what you like to see in a football game. It's not fun to watch Wayne Hills win 50-0. Pascack Valley is really going to make them work for it. And Wayne Hills, the fans, the players, and also the crowd for Pascack Valley and the players of Pascack Valley, they're really excited to see a great game here tonight. And Kyle Schneider in the shotgun on 3rd and 5. And his running back's looking for a screen, but the pass to number 7, and it looks like he's going to take it right into the end zone for Pascack Valley. Number 7, Kevin Ilian, the great wide receiver.
So that was one of the biggest third downs, but more for Pascack Valley because they scored and they just tied this game up and showed Wayne Hills, you can score on us, but we're going to score right back.
Well, if this is going to be, a game like that, we're going to expect to maybe even go to overtime here.
Maybe more than one overtime, Mike.
Who knows, Andrew?
Yeah, this game's really been going back and forth all night. And now Pascack Valley is getting set to kick the extra point. Number 5, Colin O'Shea. If they can put it in, it's going to be a tie game, and this game's really going to be a close one. And the kick is good by number 5, Colin O'Shea. 14-14 with 6 minutes and 42 seconds left, and Wayne Hills is about to get the ball back. What can we expect to see from Wayne Hills on this drive?
We can expect to see a lot more passes, like I said earlier. Justin DeGroat looks so poised in the pocket and so good that they're just going to give him the ball more and more until Pascack Valley, learns how to stop it.
Well, maybe we'll see another skinny post up to Moscow, get him closer into Pascack Valley territory, and maybe we have a great return man. Maybe we'll even see a return.
Yeah. We saw in the game against Wayne Valley, it was hard for Wayne Hills to move the ball in the first half because they weren't really able to pass the ball. They became very one-dimensional around every single play. Here against Pascack Valley, they look like a completely different team. They can pass, they can run, they feel comfortable doing whatever they need to do to move the ball, and that's really been the difference in this game as compared to the loss against Wayne Valley.
You're absolutely right, but hey, that was Justin's first game as a starting varsity QB. This is his 4th.
And another short kick by Pascack Valley. It's going to be returned by Wayne Hills and only going to pick up about 5 yards on the kick return and get it to the 25-yard line by number 24, Steve Pasterla.
That was a big hit by the Pascack Valley defense, Pascack Valley kickoff team, and it looks like Pasterla's up and okay, and that would have been bad if he was hurt there.
Tonight it's surprising. It's the weather. It's literally freezing outside, and these players are acting like it's like 100 degrees out. They feel fine, and they're ready for this game.
Yeah, we see a lot of players on both teams going with short sleeves, low-cut pants. They really don't care about the weather. They're going to play the game exactly the same as they would if it was 100 degrees. If it's 5 degrees, they don't care at all.
Well, I was talking to you earlier, Newman, about the Eric Newman, about the weather and how it really affects the game.
And now here's the handoff up the middle. A great run by Wayne Hills there. And that's something that Wayne Hills really has to build off of, more and more big runs like that.
And that's what Wayne Hills has been looking to do. They haven't been able to do that yet, but that was a solid about 7 or 8 yard run, and that was fantastic for them to build off, like you said.
Yeah, and it's important to pick up big yards on first down so you can set up the rest of the next 2 downs to get the next first down very easily. Because when you throw an incompletion or only pick up 1 or 2 yards on first down, you set yourself for 2nd and deep. But now it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Wayne Hills. Pretty manageable 2nd and 4. Don't be surprised if they pick up the first down here.
No, the Patriots really need to look to build this drive off that really good run there. And, maybe we see another one of those or a play-action pass.
Yeah, Wayne Hill setting up in the I formation. Hand off to Christian Rodriguez. He goes up the middle, and looks like a dog pile, but I think he might have picked up the first down there.
I think he may have been. No, yeah, they're moving the chains.
Yep, they're going to move those chains. First down, Wayne Hills, 14-14 with 5 minutes and 44 seconds left here. And Wayne Hills looking to have another fantastic drive in this game.
And that was really the first time all game that in a set of downs that the running game has been, the answer for their offense.
Well, we see 2 plays and a first down. Usually we're used to seeing, a lot of 9-yard runs here with Christian Rodriguez and Robbie Schiller. Maybe we'll see 1 or 2 more of those and, maybe a huge gain here.
Do you think the limited action of Robbie Schiller, he's been in the game a little bit here and there, but generally it was Robbie Schiller coming in here and there, Christian Rodriguez coming in here and there, Robbie Schiller take it to the outside, Christian Rodriguez would pound it up the middle. The other team really didn't know what to look for in every single play. Do you think that Wayne Hills is limited almost with only having Christian Rodriguez running up the middle?
Well, knowing that Robbie Schiller was, hurt last game and, was going to play limited reps this game, they definitely studied the more of the Christian Rodriguez inside runs. And, maybe Hills has to look to go to the outside more with a different running back, perhaps a Craig Kuhnlein or a Steve Pasterla at fullback or something like that.
And they can even look for some bubble screens on the outside, go right up the middle, get some blockers in there. I think that would work for this offense.
Yeah, the bubble screen's really been a staple of this Wayne Hills offense, and I might be mistaken, but I don't think they've gone to it once this game. We're already in the second quarter.
Yeah, they definitely haven't, but for years, it's been, a huge thing for them. Last year with Andrew Monahan, this year they were doing it a little bit with Eric Moskal, but I could see them, going back to that and doing it a little more.
Maybe they give it to a really a tougher wide receiver, so like a Christian Rodriguez or a Robbie Schiller coming out from the running back position to play wide receiver, and they just put their shoulder down and they really just power through. They get a huge gain.
And here's Justin DeGroat under center with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the first half, and Robbie Schiller in motion. The hand up the middle to Shunky, and he's really powering through. He's pushing for that first down, and it looks like he picked up the first down. A great run by Matt Shunky on first down there for about 10 yards, and that's what you want if you're Wayne Hills. Looks like he only picked up 9 on the play. It's going to be second down, but still a great run by Matt Shunky. He turned a 3-yard gain into a 9-yard gain, and that's what he needs to do every single time he gets the ball.
And that makes you wonder, Matt Shunky was injured. He was injured in the Valley game, which was really, it was their first loss, but really the most critical loss of the season. And if he was there, do you think they could have, had a better chance to win?
Well, as we saw there, Shunky really, he just put his shoulder down and he just chopped his feet, and he got the extra yards he needed.
And it looks like there's going to be a false start or offsides or something. There's a lot of movement on the line in the trenches there. And we saw Christian Rodriguez on that play. It looked like he ran before the ball was hiked at all. What do you think the reason for that was?
Maybe the Coach Olson switched up the cadence there. Maybe he went on 2 instead of 1, or maybe he went early, or maybe he just didn't hear the quarterback. Loud atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, it's really a packed house here for Wayne Hills and the Pascack Valley. A huge game. The band has to sit in the corner of the end zone because we need all these seats for this Wayne Hills fans, and really a packed house tonight for this great game. And now we got Justin DeGroat under center. The play action. The pass is tipped as he goes to throw the ball, incompletion. And he was looking to go deep to Preston Quinn or to Eric Moskal there, but Pascack Valley, great job of getting pressure and batting the ball down there. And looks like it's about to be a 2nd and 6 or 3rd and 6 for Wayne Hills.
So this is definitely a big play for them. But like we saw there, they have so much trust and confidence in Justin DeGroat. I can see them doing that exact play again.
Yeah, Pascack Valley didn't really see what the play was. It didn't really have time to develop. So they can run that exact same play, let Justin DeGroat try to throw the ball deep, and maybe they can have another huge play like they did on the first play of this game.
And, that was excellent play call. He had an excellent play action. Everyone in the crowd thought it was a run play.
Yeah, it fooled me. And Justin DeGroat drops back. He's looking for a man, and it looks like he's going to try to take it himself, and he picks up the first down. Great run by Justin DeGroat, taken down at about the Pascack Valley 45-yard line. That's something we've been talking about, the athleticism of Justin DeGroat. He can really run it if he needs to.
Yeah, like we said, he played running back in middle school and elementary school, and he just has all that athleticism. So you pair it with his arm and playing QB, and it just makes for a great player.
He really looking very mobile there. Last week he had a big run, and he even threw a couple of blocks last week, Andrew. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Justin DeGroat under center here, looking to have another big play. Handoff to Christian Rodriguez. Picks up about 2 yards on the play there.
You know, this offense has been getting solid gains for the first time really all game. You know, obviously they've scored twice and had big plays, but they haven't gotten those, consistent 3-4 yard gains. And, this is showing new life for this team.
Well, the running game is really where they have to turn it on now, and they're doing a great job at it. You know, the huge run with Shunky, and then the huge run with Justin, and then this run that we just saw. You know, they really have to get back on track, and they really have to score here.
And with 3 minutes left in this first half, Wayne Hills is probably going to look to eat up a lot of the clock and score, just so Pascack Valley can't score again in this half.
And Justin DeGroat under center. Handoff again to Christian Rodriguez, and he's looking for more and more yards. Looks like he picked up the first down. Great play by Christian Rodriguez there. And then it looks like there's going to be a flag for a late hit there. So Wayne Hills going to pick up some more yards after the great run by Christian Rodriguez. Very nice Pascack Valley to give Wayne Hills that gift.
Yeah, if I'm the Wayne Hills coaching staff, I'm sending a thank you letter to the Pascack Valley coaching staff.
Well, that's definitely a killer for the Pascack Valley team, and, a great run by Christian Rodriguez. And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to get back on track with the running game here.
And do you think that late hit stems from the frustration of Pascack Valley? They thought they were going to come to this game and it was going to be a cakewalk, and it really has not been. Wayne Hills has really been playing fantastically. And do you think that there's some frustration going on with Pascack Valley?
Well, Pascack Valley's reading the newspaper saying, their Elite 11 QB is, injured. They have a junior quarterback who hasn't played before this season. So they think it's going to be an easy game, and they're definitely frustrated that, Justin DeGroat's playing fantastically.
And Justin DeGroat under center. The handoff to Christian Rodriguez. Tries to take to the outside, but just met with a swarm of green Pascack Valley jerseys. And Wayne Hills should try to look to pass here. Try to switch it up a little bit, because Pascack Valley is really keying in on the run game of Wayne Hills.
Yeah, all game we've seen this passing game work, which we have never been able to say before this game. Justin DeGroat playing fantastically. All these play action, deep passes. We just got to see more passes.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Justin has a great repertoire this game. He's doing a great job. And maybe Coach Olson goes to the old playbook and has a couple of pass trick plays up his sleeve.
And even some more designed runs for him.
And Justin DeGroat drops back, looking for a man, and just overthrows Eric Moskal by about 3-4 yards there. If he kept the ball down, that could have been a big gain for the Wayne Hills team.
That would have been a huge first down for them, but they'll look to get the play in here, hopefully get a first down.
Yeah, big 3rd and 10 coming up here from the Pascack Valley 31-yard line with 1:30 left. If Wayne Hills can score before the half is over, that will be huge.
Well, they have to look to the end zone here. Maybe they look to Moskal or Preston Quinn or, Kyle Hunsinger, who's just coming onto the field. They have to look for the pass. 3rd and 10, they really have no other options.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, there really is no other option. You have to pass the ball. Have confidence in Justin DeGroat. Let him make a big play, unless you want to try and run the ball and get into more of a field goal position for Eric Martinez.
I think this coaching staff has more confidence in Justin now than they've had all season, so I could definitely see them passing on this 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Justin DeGroat with 2 touchdowns already in this game. He looks a little bit like Kevin Olson if you close your eyes for a couple seconds.
Hey, maybe he should go to the Elite 11 camp this summer and try to win a trophy.
Well, who knows here? Well, we see Coach Olson calling a timeout here just to make sure he gets the right play and the right personnel here. And, maybe he's rethinking his strategy here. What do you think we're going to see? A pass, obviously?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obviously going to be a pass. But I was talking to some of these Wayne Hills players, and they said that this week in practice, they put in a couple of trick plays into the playbook. Don't be surprised if you see a halfback pass by Christian Rodriguez. I heard he has a cannon.
Can you reveal any of these sources that you got these, insider information from?
No, they told me that's off the record, but I'm just going to say an anonymous Wayne Hills player told me that there's some trickery in this Wayne Hills playbook for this week. They're going to pull out all the stops against Pascack Valley.
Fair enough. I'm excited to see this trickery.
Well, maybe we'll see it here, Andrew. It's really not that far of a pass to the end zone. Christian Rodriguez really is going to have to put, if he does do it, he's really going to have to put an accurate pass on.
Yeah. No matter who's throwing the ball here, they have to have an accurate pass. We saw in that last play, Justin DeGroat throw it about 5 feet over the head of Eric Moskal, and he can't be doing that here on 3rd and 10. And Justin DeGroat drops back. He's looking for a man. There's a lot of pressure, and he's taken down for a sack by this Pascack Valley defense, and that crowd is going crazy. A loss of 9 on the play, and that really takes Wayne Hills out of any field goal position.
That was a huge play by number 18, Kyle Zeng, to really penetrate the line, get the sack, and that's just a huge momentum gainer for Pascack Valley going almost into halftime.
That was key, get the Pascack Valley fans really into it, and you see the student section on the Pascack Valley side really going crazy here.
Yeah, that was a huge play by Pascack Valley. I heard you grunting, Andrew, like you got hit there. What was that about?
I think some fan behind me, they swung their arms when, they saw the sack, and they just got a little pissed off. They hit me in the head, but I'm okay. I'll come back. I won't go on the DL. I got this, man.
And now, a minute 12 left here in the first half. 14-14 game. 4th and 19 for Wayne Hills. This is definitely going to be a punt, and Eric Moskal is really going to look to pin Pascack Valley within their own 5-yard line here.
And hey, who knows? Maybe they can have one of those, muffed punts again and get it on the 3-yard line and run it in for a touchdown.
I don't know. That'd be pretty convenient. And then they definitely going to have to send a thank you card over to the other side of the field.
Yeah, that would be a huge play for Wayne Hills. If Pascack Valley accidentally muffed the punt again and Wayne Hills is able to pick it up for 1st and goal and score the ball before the half is over, that would be huge. It would really change the game and boost Wayne Hills to maybe even a victory. And Eric Moskal back to punt. The snap is good here. Eric Moskal with a high, deep punt. And this Pascack Valley team is going to call for a fair catch. They're going to let the ball bounce. And it's going to be down at about the 8-yard line there.
About 8 or 9-yard line, you're right.
And that's exactly what you wanted if you're Eric Moskal. Great punt. Get them within their own 10-yard line. With only a minute left, it's going to be hard for Pascack Valley to move the ball 90 yards. But look for Kyle Schneider to try to get the ball to Mike Momenti for some big plays here on this drive.
Maybe even some, 5-wide sets where they run it right up the middle. I could see some trickery on this drive.
Well, looking at the Wayne Hills personnel, they're definitely trying to play the pass here, but they also have a couple of strong linebackers up in the middle.
And there's the draw play that has been dangerous all season for Pascack Valley, but only able to pick up about 5 yards there. So it looks like Pascack Valley is just going to try to run out the clock and go into halftime with a tie game. Do you think that's the best strategy to go with here?
It's definitely not a bad strategy. You don't want to risk, obviously, any injury. You're going into the second half in a huge game for this season. So it's definitely not a bad call by the coaching staff.
Well, they're also trying to run the clock.
And another handoff to Garcia, taken down immediately by this Wayne Hills defense. And that looks like it's really going to wrap up the half. I cannot see any reason for Pascack Valley to run another play as we pass the 20-second mark in the first half, about to close. 14-14 Wayne Hills, Pascack Valley. And the second half is going to be huge.
The second half is going to make or break the season for Wayne Hills. They win, that's playoffs. Hopefully Kevin Olson will be back for the playoffs. If they lose, they may not make the playoffs.
And here's another run to Kyle Zank. He's looking for room, but Wayne Hills will just not let him get any. And that will run out the clock here. 14-14. What can we expect to see in the second half, Andrew?
I'm sure if you talk to Coach Goldstein or Coach Olson, the biggest thing right now is control of the ball, and also, they have to get better stops on defense.
Yeah, how surprising is it that all season we've seen Christian Rodriguez score a touchdown every single game, and here in this first half, no rushing touchdowns at all. Justin DeGroat having 2 great passes for touchdowns. What does that make you think?
If you told me that was going to happen in the first game of the season, I would have never believed you. I honestly wouldn't have.
Well, the Pascack Valley defense really did their homework. They've been watching a lot of film, and they definitely have Christian Rodriguez's number, and they're definitely gonna try to limit him to as many yards as possible.
Yeah, do you think the success of Justin DeGroat has really come from Pascack Valley keying in on him, or has it come from Justin DeGroat just being more and more confident and learning more of this Wayne Hills offense every single week?
I think it's absolutely Justin DeGroat. He's putting in more and more, work on the practice field, studying the game film, learning the plays even better. I think it's all on him how well he's playing.
Andrew, he's really been working hard. This is definitely what he has to do.
And as it's halftime, the game is tied 14-14, and when we come back, the marching bands from both high schools, Pascack Valley and Wayne Hills.
4 wide receivers set fly back to pass. Throws a ball, and it's going to be intercepted by Roddy Drees. Drees has a cakewalk into the end zone, and Drees brings it in for the touchdown. What a turn of events, folks.
And we're back at Pascack Valley High School, where the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Pascack Valley Indians are tied 14-14 going into this third quarter. Eric, Mike, what can you see going into this third quarter?
Well, we can expect to see a lot more passes from Justin, DeGroat, and maybe even a couple more runs.
Yeah, we can also expect from Pascack Valley to see more of them trying to get to their all-star tight end, Mike Menenti. He's been playing a fantastic game, making great catches and double coverage, triple coverage. Expect more of that in the second half.
He's definitely been having an excellent game, but like you said, they really haven't been going to him that often, and I'm really surprised.
Also, running back number 20, Chris Garcia, has been playing great. He's been running it inside, outside, making men miss with his feet. He's been plowing through guys. He's really been having a great game.
He's been playing like the Christian Rodriguez we know, and Christian Rodriguez has almost been absent this whole game, except those last couple drives where he was getting those 4-yard runs. Can we look to see a lot more from him this second half?
Well, definitely here we have to see Christian Rodriguez. That's the key to the Patriot offense, and the defense is really stepping it up here for Pascack Valley. They have to get Christian Rodriguez some more reps just to get some more confidence and eventually get a couple of big drives.
Yeah, it's really important for this Wayne Hills team to get Christian Rodriguez involved and to make sure Christian Rodriguez gets big runs. Try to get 5-yard gains, 10-yard gains, maybe even a huge 30, 40-yard run to bust this game wide open.
As important as obviously scoring is, because you need to score to win, but the defensive side of the ball for Wayne Hills, they need to get stops. They've been letting up touchdowns the whole game, so they don't have a lead, and they need to build a lead. They have to score and then just stop, and stop.
Yeah, if Wayne Hills finds a way to stop Pascack Valley for the rest of this game, the worst thing that can happen is it goes into overtime. But if they find a way to score and they stop them for the rest of the game, it's going to be a victory for Wayne Hills, and that's really what Wayne Hills came here looking to do. I was talking to some Wayne Hills players before the game, and they were really telling me they expect to win this game. I have not talked to one player who thinks they were going to lose to this Pascack Valley team, even though that Pascack Valley team is undefeated.
And even more than them just thinking they can win the game, they have more confidence in junior quarterback Justin DeGroat than ever. They really think he's a superstar QB.
And here's the kick by Eric Martinez. A low one. Not very deep for Eric Martinez, but it's muffed by Pascack Valley. And now a lot of guys getting ready to tackle number 18, Kyle Zank.
That actually looked like it was a designed squib kick there to make sure that it was on the ground, and Kyle Zank had a hard time fielding the ball.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen a touchback yet from Eric Martinez. So if you get a squib kick, that's hard to catch. It gives the special teams for Wayne Hills, a longer amount of time to, a quick, they have more time to get to them, pin him back before the 20.
And Andrew, I was talking to Mike before the game, and he was informing me that when it's really cold like this, the ball is very cold, obviously. It's frozen almost, and it's very hard to kick the ball, and that could be the reason we are seeing Eric Martinez not being able to kick it deep. But now the pitch outside to Garcia, he's looking for room, making a couple men miss, picks up about 6 yards on the play there.
Yeah, that's definitely true. When the ball is practically frozen, it's definitely harder to kick. And also, in this cold weather, it's easy to get cramps. And luckily, Wayne Hills and Pascack Valley hasn't gotten cramps yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's really not something you want to see when a player goes down with a cramp, especially in this cold weather. But Pascack Valley here, second and 4 coming up with 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. They're looking to have a big drive here. And on the flip side, Wayne Hills, they really want to get a huge stop to start off this first half, really set the tone for the rest of the game. And now the quarterback Schneider with play action. He's going deep, and he has a man open, and there's a big play by Pascack Valley to number 10, Nick Soravia. Touchdown, Pascack Valley. But there's a flag on the play. It might be coming back. Let's see what the call is here.
And I think that's coming back. That's a good one for Wayne Hills. They got pretty lucky off of that.
Yeah, the Wayne Hills crowd's going crazy. Like, that was the biggest play of the game. Because you give up a touchdown to Pascack Valley like that, and this is going to be a hard game to come back for Wayne Hills. But luckily for Wayne Hills, there was a penalty on the play. It's coming back. That touchdown is going to be wiped off the board, and it will remain 14-14 here in the third quarter.
That was a huge penalty. It really killed the momentum of the Pascack Valley team. It's going to be hard for them to come back after that. And plus, they're losing yards on the play, too.
But wide receiver Nick Soravia, a fantastic route there to beat his man, get open, and an even better throw by quarterback Kyle Schneider to lead him perfectly for that touchdown.
As great as that route was, I think there was some sort of communication mess up on the play with Nick Fazzarano.
And now another run up the middle by Garcia. picks up about 4 or 5 yards, and it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5 coming up here. And Wayne Hills, this defense really must be counting their blessings. I mean, it's a great thing for Wayne Hills to see that that touchdown does not count, because that's would have been terrible for Wayne Hills. Absolutely terrible.
If they gave up a touchdown right there, that would have been Pascack Valley's first lead of the game, and they would have just, lost all of their own momentum.
And now 3rd and 5 coming up here from the 25-yard line. Kyle Schneider drops back, and there's the draw to Kyle Zank. Big run there. Looks like it's going to be a first down for Pascack Valley. Great play by Pascack Valley there.
That was a huge play by Pascack Valley's player, number 18, Kyle Zank. And, we were talking about it. He's a big, hard-hitting player, and that's not surprising to see that kind of run from him.
Well, he's also the kick returner, and he's doing a great job at that, too. He's really coming through here for the Pascack Valley team at both running back and kick return.
Yeah, and we saw there on 3rd and 5 the draw play by Pascack Valley. And when I talked to Coach Goldie pre-game, he was telling me that this Pascack Valley team really loves to run the draw play to get the defense out of sorts, and they did a great job of doing it there. And now play action, Kyle Schneider looking for a man, and he finds his wide receiver. He's running upfield, making moves, and pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Number 7, Kevin Illian, the captain. He's been playing a great game so far.
Yeah, he's been playing well, but this second half, Pascack Valley, we haven't seen, crazy amount of plays like this in the first half. They're really shown to be a 5-0 team.
Pascack Valley has a lot of seniors that can get it done for them. We see a lot of talented wide receivers, 2 talented running backs, and, of course, Kyle Schneider, one of the best quarterbacks I've seen at the high school level.
Yeah, and they also have that fantastic tight end, number 44, Mike Menenti. He's been playing a great game here. Kyle Schneider's playing a great game, and this passing game really has no signs of slowing down. And there was a fumble there, but it was quickly recovered by the running back as it came out of his hands. Wayne Hills really was trying to recover it there, and that would have been huge if Wayne Hills could have found a way to do that.
Well, number 18, Kyle Zank is really doing a great job, of getting that ball back and making sure that he didn't give it up for a fumble, because that would have been a momentum killer for a drive like this, to go from, the 25-yard line and, to lose all those yards back.
And in the cold weather with the ball frozen like this, you often see a lot of turnovers. But in this game, both teams doing a great job of keeping the turnovers down. Besides that one muff punt by Pascack Valley, it's really been good. But now Kyle Schneider, under center, looking to make something happen. Play action. He drops back. And it could have been intercepted there by number 20, Nick Falzerano. But incomplete pass there by Pascack Valley, and it's going to be a 3rd and 9 here.
So we saw earlier on that touchdown play that got called back that Nick Falzerano had some sort of confusion on the defense play and basically let up a touchdown. Luckily, they called it back. But there you saw he redeemed himself. He got almost interception, and he's a great player. He really getting his second start. He's really good.
And that throw by the quarterback Schneider, really not one of the better ones we've been seeing all day. He's been really making great throws, putting it right into his wide receiver's hands, but there he threw it really, really low, almost right into the ground.
Well, Nick Falzerano is also doing a great job in the secondary tonight.
And Schneider drops back, fakes the draw play, and there's a great throw. And it's caught by Pascack Valley. Looks like they got the first down to number 7, Kevin Illian, the captain again. He's really been coming up big here on this drive.
These senior captains, they know how to get it done. They've been here for a few years now, and they're showing their experience.
Experience is definitely the word that comes to mind when talking about the quarterback for Pascack Valley. He's been starting since he's a sophomore, and he's really been a stud at quarterback.
Yeah, Kyle Schneider really been playing great his whole high school career, and this is really the culmination of all that hard work and practice. The 5-0 season so far. Great drive here in the second half against Wayne Hills with 8 minutes and 44 seconds left. He's really been playing fantastically here today. And now the handoff to Garcia, but Wayne Hills not allowing him to get anything there.
Early in the game, Chris Garcia, they couldn't take him down, and now, he's run it about 2 times in the second half. He hasn't gotten anything. Wayne Hills is finally stopping him. They got to learn how to stop the pass play.
Well, it looks like they made a change at the defensive line position. It looks like number 55, a senior, Nick Galizia, has stepped up into that role. And, Chris the Gator Lohman has also been playing very well this game.
Yeah, the Gators really been playing fantastically this game. Getting in, making disruptive plays in the backfield, also trying to force pressure. This defensive line has really been playing very well. And now here's another handoff to Zank. And Wayne Hills not allowing him to really get much again. This Wayne Hills defensive line really stepping up here.
They're stepping up, and now just the linebackers and the cornerbacks and safeties, they have to step up and finally stop the passing game. Because I'm definitely going to look for a pass play here by quarterback Kyle Schneider. And as long as they stop them here, Wayne Hills will be in good position.
Coach Olson must have had a great speech in the locker room because, this team is really playing well on defense.
Yeah, Coach Olson, really a coach that's known for giving really motivational speeches at halftime and before the game to really get his team ready to play in these games. And now 3rd and 6 coming up here. Schneider under center. He drops back. Play action. Great pressure by Wayne Hills. But a fantastic pass by Kyle Schneider to number 10, Nick Soravia, who got the touchdown before but was taken back. And now he scores another one. And it is 20-14 Pascack Valley here with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left.
Like I said earlier, Pascack Valley is showing how they're a 5-0 team. And all these seniors and these captains are really stepping up in this game. They really want to win.
Number 10, Nick Soravia is really redeeming himself here. He had that call back before, and this touchdown has really helped him with his confidence there.
Yeah, that was a great play by the Pascack Valley passing offense especially. And now the point after is good. 21-14, sorry there. Pascack Valley, 7 minutes, 19 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
And this is the first time Pascack Valley has led in this game, and the first time Wayne Hills is playing from behind. And we'll look to see how junior quarterback Justin DeGroat plays from behind. In all their wins, they haven't been playing from behind at all, so we'll see how he steps up and, takes the lead for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, this is really time to be clutch for Justin DeGroat. He really needs to make sure all his passes are perfect, make sure the runs are doing well with Christian Rodriguez. The whole offense really needs to step up and do everything in their power to score a touchdown on this drive.
They definitely need one of their senior running backs to really step up here and just put their team on their back, just so that they could, have someone to hang their hat on.
And Wayne Hills looks to have number 7, Craig Kuline, back to return the kick, as well as number 24, Steve Pasterla, and 2 new kick returners in here. What do you think would be the reason for that?
I think Coach Olson just wants to change it up, and they definitely have the power to do it.
And it's returned by Christian Rodriguez, and he's looking for some room, gets to about the 33-yard line. And do you think that maybe they put different kick returners back there so they knew that Pascack Valley was going to kick it short, so it would go into Christian Rodriguez's arms?
I was about to say that's exactly why Coach Olson did it. He knew their kicker, he's no Eric Martinez, he can't kick it that far, so they want to put their return men that they like to have deep closer.
We actually saw that last week, Andrew, against Teaneck, where they actually rotated out the 4 kick returners that they have in the back, just so that they could switch it up if they needed to.
And now here we go, Justin DeGroat under center. And there's a handoff to Shunky up the middle. Only able to pick up about 1 yard there, maybe even no yards on the play there. Great play by the Pascack Valley defensive line to really stop the run immediately.
I'm actually surprised that we're not seeing as many outside runs with the 5-2 defense from Pascack Valley.
Yeah, it's really no surprise this Wayne Hills team that Pascack Valley is trying to clog up the middle. Why do you think Wayne Hills keeps going up the middle every single play, it seems like?
I think Wayne Hills just thinks, we've done it for so long and we're so good at it. They just think that eventually it'll work, but I think they're going to have to switch, go to the outside, or start passing a lot more very soon.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. Justin DeGroat getting under center with 2 running backs in the I formation. And referees blow a whistle. Seems like Coach Olson called a timeout there, wants to talk to his players a little bit.
And that's surprising, calling a timeout, pretty early in the second half, In such a close game, he may need those come down the stretch the 4th quarter.
I was just thinking about that, Andrew. If that may come back to haunt the Hills in a 2-minute offense situation.
Yeah, when you're in the second half in a close game, you really want to save up your timeouts to maybe stop the other team if they have the ball 2 minutes left, or if you have the ball 2 minutes left and you're down, trying to maybe, if you can't get out of bounds, stop the clock. But I guess Coach Olson saw it was more important to talk to his team here. This drive, he felt, is really a big one. They got to score a touchdown here.
It's definitely important that Coach Olson, he's thinking, I need to make sure we stay in the game. I have to get the right play call now. We'll worry about the timeout situation later, but we got to stay in the game now.
Well, you're right, Andrew. If they look to get ahead here, maybe even get a couple more scores, they won't even need the 2-minute offense later on in the 4th quarter.
And this Wayne Hills offense breaks the huddle with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Justin DeGroat under center. And play action. He's looking for a man. And just overthrows Eric Moskal by just a little bit, and it's going to be a 3rd and 9 coming up here.
But that's definitely a positive with Justin DeGroat. He's really selling the play action very well this game. That's 3 times this game that we thought it was a run when it was really a pass.
Yeah, I actually saw, number 15, Jake Moore, the linebacker. He ran in for the blitz, and he saw a handoff, so he was running back, and then he realized, oh, wait, Justin DeGroat has the ball, so he tried going in for the sack.
Yeah, that is a good sign for Justin DeGroat, but if you're Justin DeGroat, you really got to look to keep the ball down, get the ball into the wide receiver's hands, let them try to make a play on the ball. You can't be overthrowing wide receivers like that in a big game like this. And now Justin DeGroat under center on 3rd and 9. Let's see what he can do here. Double play action. He's looking for a man. Steps up in the pocket. And he is just taken down by this thundering defensive line of Pascack Valley. And it's going to be 4th down for Wayne Hills coming up here.
That's definitely not what you want to happen if you're Wayne Hills. Down to score. You need to score now. If you wait, this is what happened against Wayne Valley. They put themselves in too deep of the hole, and they just weren't able to come back. They have to make sure they got to stop on this, drive.
And as Eric Moskal gets set to punt, Pascack Valley has 2 guys back to return the kick, Garcia and Zank. And it's a nice punt by Eric Moskal. Ball's up in the air, and it bounced off a Pascack Valley player, recovered by Christian Rodriguez. He gets to the outside. And what's this? It looks like the refs are going to say it bounced off of a Wayne Hills player.
No, I'm pretty sure the high school rule is you can't advance it once you muff it. I think you just have to, dive on it and get the ball where it lands.
And it seems like you're right. This Wayne Hills crowd is clapping. It's going to be Wayne Hills' ball at about the 48-yard line of Pascack Valley. And big things are going to be happening here.
So that's 2 recovered muff punts for Wayne Hills. They really just have to be, thanking the other team. If you're Pascack Valley, how can you do that twice?
Yeah, especially in this situation. They're up by 7 points. They just made Wayne Hills go 3 and out. They're going to get the ball back. Now they give all the momentum to Wayne Hills, giving Wayne Hills a fantastic opportunity to score the ball. Pascack Valley must be kicking themselves. They can't be happy with this.
The defense so far this half has been getting it done for Pascack Valley. And then when the special teams makes a mistake like that, if you're one of those players, you got to be, pretty angry.
Well, it's like we talked about in the pregame. The key to special teams in this game. Either team has to come out as the one lone victor of that category, and it's definitely Hills here. And eventually, Hills is definitely going to take the lead because of it.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Pascack Valley, offensively and defensively, has been outplaying Wayne Hills by just a little bit. But on special teams, Pascack Valley's mistakes has really been keeping Wayne Hills in this game. And Wayne Hills is going to look to do something big here on this drive, tie the game up at 21. With 5 minutes, 28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. And it seems like there's going to be an especially long huddle going on. What do you think the coaches are telling the players here?
They're telling their players what they need to do to win this game. Wayne Hills needs to score. Pascack Valley needs to get a stop.
And again, I'm still surprised that they're burning another timeout here. I think it's going to eventually come back to haunt them.
And now we see Coach Olson walking away from the huddle.
More like a slow jog.
Yeah. Maybe like a little shuffle. And now Justin DeGroat gets under center. 1 running back. The play action, he's looking for a man under pressure. And just throws it behind his intended receiver there.
If you're Justin DeGroat here, you've had a few bad plays in a row. You just got to take a deep breath and think, I've been playing so well. I just got to get back to that. And he's just got to wipe those passes off and just keep playing.
That's definitely when you have to go back and think to yourself, last week I had close to a 200-yard game, and they just have to get he just has to get some confidence back because of that.
And Justin DeGroat seemed to be injured on play. He's walking to the sideline. They might have to send in the sophomore quarterback, Peter Palazewski, here to take over at the helm of quarterback.
And that could be a huge, devastating loss for Wayne Hills if that's anything serious. Hopefully it's not.
Yeah, Justin DeGroat in the first half was playing a fantastic game, had 2 touchdowns, really moving the ball well, and now they're going to have to take him out, put Peter Palazewski, who hasn't really played varsity at all besides a little bit against Northern Highlands, and he's going to have to throw his first varsity pass in this game if Wayne Hills wants to win. and the coaches are telling Palazewski some words, letting him know what he needs to do to help this team win the game. They're really telling him, you know, Pete, I believe in you. I think you can lead this team. You can have what it takes to help take this team to victory.
You know, the key for Peter Palzewski's success here is definitely going to have to be for the running backs to step up.
Peter Palzewski under center. Here's a handoff to Christian Rodriguez. Gets the outside a little bit, but taken down. Only a gain of about 1 on the play there.
It looks like Coach Olson sending Justin back in the game. So that's a huge, you know, thing for Wayne Hills.
That's a huge breath of fresh air here. Because, you know, losing the second quarterback of the season, that just could have been devastating.
Yeah, it's really important for Justin to come back in and help the team out because Pascack Valley was really going to key in on the run. And it seemed like Wayne Hills with Peter Palzewski in the game was just going to hand it off to Christian Rodriguez on every play. And that would have been a formula for disaster. And it's 21-14 here. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Wayne Hills with the ball on the 40-yard line. A big 39 coming up here. Justin DeGroat under center. Drops back. Big pressure by Pascack Valley. And looks like the pass is caught by incomplete. Intended receiver Shunky on the play. And it's going to be 4th down for Wayne Hills on the 40-yard line. Really not something you want if you're Wayne Hills. Not able to capitalize on the muff pump by Pascack Valley. Going to have to give them the ball back here.
Well, number 50 for Pascack Valley, Trent Mayfield, really did a great job of getting a hit there and making sure that ball popped out.
And this is just very surprising for Wayne Hills. Their passing game in the first half was incredible, and right now they haven't been able to complete a pass.
Yeah, in the first half, it looked like the Wayne Hills passing game in the first game against Northern Highlands. But now here it looks almost very similar to the Wayne Valley game. And Eric Moskal able to do a good job of fielding the snap there. And the ball's going to roll a little bit. A generous roll for Eric Moskal there. And it's going to be down at about the 10-yard line. So it looked like it could have been a bad play with the high snap, but Eric Moskal did a great job of going back, recovering the snap, got off a good punt there.
Now we've been saying what has been the huge third down, huge drive, but this is really the biggest defensive drive for Wayne Hills right now. If they don't stop Pascack Valley, that may be the game.
If Pascack Valley scores here, that is definitely going to be the game. That's going to be hard because two scores in less than a quarter and a half.
I don't necessarily know if I agree with you there. If they get down 2 scores, they can still play within their means, do what they have to do, score a touchdown, get the ball back after a good stop, and score again. But it's definitely going to be hard. And handoff up the middle for Pascack Valley. Picks up a couple yards there. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. 21-14 Pascack Valley. They have the ball on about the 7-yard line, coming up for 2nd and 8. And if you're Pascack Valley here, you're really close to your goal line. Does that mean you should try running or maybe hit Wayne Hills with the play action, try to throw it deep to one of their great receivers or their great tight end? What do you think's the mindset here for Pascack Valley?
I think they definitely want to run, just get, out of the, Wayne Hills' red zone. Just because if he starts backpedaling in her pass, he can get a safety.
And here's the handoff again to Garcia. He gets up the middle, picks up a couple yards, and it looks like the ball's loose. But it looks like the refs called him down before the fumble happened. So it's going to be 3rd down here for Pascack Valley. A big play coming up. Wayne Hills is really going to be looking for the stop here. On this 3rd and 4, do you think Wayne Hills is going to try to bring the blitz, or do you think they're going to try to get a coverage sack to take down the quarterback?
If they bring in a blitz, they're losing probably a safety or cornerback. I think they're going to try to stick to the coverage, maybe let the line try to get a sack.
Maybe even a QB spy, making sure that Kyle Schneider doesn't get around the edge and run for a big gain like he did before in the earlier in the half.
Kyle Schneider under center. Drops back, play action, pump fakes, looks for a man, and it's incomplete. Disrupted by number 20, the safety, Nick Falzerano. A great play by Falzerano there.
He's really been stepping up since he started last week, playing fantastically and just getting better and better each play.
In the absence of Robbie Schiller at corner, a lot of people moved over, and he's definitely one of those people that stepped up and really been playing a key role.
Yeah, Falzerano has been doing a fantastic job in these last 2 games, disrupting passes, getting in the passing lanes, and now it's going to be Wayne Hill's ball coming up here. And a great punt by Pascack Valley. Look at that ball. And Christian Rodriguez able to field the punt. He's got a lot of room, but taken down at about the 48-yard line. That looked like an NFL punt there by Pascack Valley.
That went pretty high.
That came down almost like a pass. Christian Rodriguez was just able to catch it like it was a pass from his quarterback, Justin DeGroat, and he brings it for a nice 5-yard return. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, Christian Rodriguez was really looking to make something happen there. But the Pascack Valley punter was not only did he kick it really far, but the key was he kicked it really high, so his coverage had time to get to Christian Rodriguez before he was able to field the punt.
And number 54, Gaetano DeSantis, he's an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, but he really, contained Christian Rodriguez there, and he got the tackle. That was great.
Yeah, now Wayne Hills down 21-14 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds here left in the third quarter. Gonna look to do some big things on this drive. There's DeGroat with the play action. He's looking for a man, steps in the pocket, a big throw, and it's caught by Preston Quinn down at the 10-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. Oh, it was dropped by Preston Quinn. It looked like it was going to be a catch, but it dropped, but it looks like there was roughing the passer there. It's going to be a couple more yards for Wayne Hills after that.
That was a beautiful pass by Justin DeGroat, having a few bad plays in a row to really throw that, and Preston Quinn just dropped it, but that was a great throw.
Yeah, he really led Preston perfectly. That was a fantastic throw by Justin DeGroat. But now the chains are going to be moved after the roughing the passer, and it's not the worst thing that could happen. Now they're going to get about 15 yards, get the ball at about the 37-yard line, try to make something big happen. Getting in the Pascack Valley territory, do you think it's important for Wayne Hills trying to get into the red zone right here on this play, or do you think they should try to run the ball a little bit with Christian Rodriguez?
I think they just got to move the chains. That's what they have to do, move the chains and eventually score.
And Robbie Schiller's actually in the game, so don't be surprised if they give Robbie Schiller one of his patented pitches to the outside. But it looks like there was a false start by Wayne Hills. That is not good a sign for Wayne Hills. Another flag for Wayne Hills. Now it's going to be 1st and 15 instead of the 1st and 10. Oh, it was actually, a timeout by Wayne Hills. And it looks like Coach Olson's trying to get rid of all his timeouts in the third quarter. Why do you think he'd be doing that, Andrew?
I couldn't answer that. He's definitely trying to keep them in the game, not give up too much of a lead, but you need some for the fourth quarter.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Coach Olson has a couple of tricks up his sleeves with time management.
Yeah, it's really the conventional thing to save those timeouts unless it's absolutely necessary for the fourth quarter. But Coach Olson, I think he finds it more important to tell his team the right things to do, call his timeouts early if he has to in the second half. And if Wayne Hills can score here, maybe it's the right decision. But quite honestly, I don't think it was the best idea to call another timeout, saving only one for the fourth quarter.
But he does have a few years of experience, so I think he knows what he's doing.
Actually, I believe it was a timeout called on Pascack Valley.
Yeah, it looks on the scoreboard that was not a timeout called by Pascack Valley. Definitely a timeout by Wayne Hills by Coach Olson.
Mike forgot his reading glasses at home, guys. We're sorry.
I apologize. I do have pretty bad eyes.
And now Justin DeGroat steps up to the line of scrimmage, gets under center. The handoff to Robbie Schiller. And picks up about 2 yards on the play there. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter, 21-14, Pascack Valley. When do you think Wayne Hill should start trying to throw the ball a little bit more? Do you think that time is way farther in the game, or do you think they should try to score as soon as possible?
Well, they have been trying to pass the ball, a little more than they usually do. But, yeah, you definitely need to throw it a few more times than that. And, Justin, that last throw he had was an amazing throw. They just need to have the receivers hold on to the ball and catch them. So I'd like to see a pass here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that same exact play that was called back.
And now we got Justin DeGroat under center. Robbie Schiller in motion. The handoff to Schiller. He's trying to get to the outside. Makes a move. He's got room to the outside. And he gets down at about the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Wayne Hills. A fantastic run for Robbie Schiller there.
That was a beautiful run. That was really the first run to the outside that's really been successful, and that's what Wayne Hills has to build off of and hopefully get into the passing game.
That was definitely one of my keys to the game, is getting the ball to the outside against a five defensive line front, and that was key.
Yeah, really some trickery, too, with Robbie Schiller lining up in the slot, coming in motion before the hike. And the ball handed off to him, fake the handoff to Christian Rodriguez, draw the defense a little bit, some confusion, and Robbie Schiller was able to make a fantastic move in the backfield to try to get to the outside. And they faked that play, and a great throw by Justin DeGroat. Touchdown, Wayne Hills. Eric Moskal, he's running to the sideline. He is excited. This Wayne Hills crowd is getting into it. It is 21-20 Pascack Valley, but an extra point coming up here for Eric Martinez. A minute 10 left in the third quarter. That's a fantastic play.
That was a huge play for Wayne Hills to tie up this game, eventually take the lead. A huge confidence builder for Justin Grote. And Eric Martinez, he hasn't been seeing much of that this year. Or I mean, not Eric Martinez, Eric Moskal. You know, the absence of his Elite 11 QB, Kevin Olson, he hasn't been getting too many touchdown passes.
And there's a flag on the extra point. Looks like there might have been offsides by Pascack Valley. But that throw was absolutely perfect by Justin DeGroat. And the catch was even better. Eric Moskal made a beautiful play on the ball, able to bring the ball in for the touchdown. That's one of the better plays I've seen all season.
That was probably his best pass all season. That was through 2 defenders. That was an amazing play.
And Eric Martinez, good on the extra point. 21-21, a minute 10 left in the third quarter. And tie game again, Andrew. This game going back and forth.
This game gets more and more exciting each play. It's fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you what, this game is definitely going to be an instant Patriot classic.
And guess what, Mike? You announced the classic.
Yeah, how's that feel, Mike, to be in a great game like this, announcing?
Well, I don't know. I think you two know that feeling too.
And now Wayne Hills gets set to kick off here with a tie game, 21-21 with a minute 10 left. Who do you think has momentum now? You think it's Wayne Hills after scoring that touchdown, or you think it's Pascack Valley getting the ball back here with the tie game?
Well, after having a muffed punt by Pascack Valley, and then having a roughing the passer play, and then letting Wayne Hills score, the momentum is in Wayne Hills' favor.
I would say that's exactly what's going on right now.
But if you're Pascack Valley, do you think they're thinking, all right, we got the ball back, it's a tie game, so what if Wayne Hill just scored? We're going to get this ball, and we're going to allow our quarterback to lead us down the field, score a touchdown. And that's really what Pascack Valley has to look for.
Well, Pascack Valley is definitely thinking, I need to score here, or we need to score here. But if you're Wayne Hills, you have all the momentum. The game's in your favor right now.
And a great kick by Eric Martinez. The ball is up, recovered by Kyle Zank. He's looking for some room, got some blockers ahead of him, but taken down at about the 25-yard line there.
It looks like Eric Martinez got in there, close almost for a tackle. You don't see that too often from a kicker.
Well, he's pumped up. He hasn't really been delivering on the touchback area. And, this is really his way of saying, you know what, guys? I'll put the team on my back this play, and I'm going to tackle him.
Yeah, not only is Eric Martinez a kicker, he's also a linebacker. So he knows how to get in there and make tackles. He knows the proper tackling for him. He knows how to take guys down. He's not your average kicker. And now Schneider under center. Play action. He's looking for a man. And just overthrows his man by 10 yards. What happened there? You think that was a miscommunication, or did that ball just slip?
I think that ball definitely slipped out, but that was great coverage by those Wayne Hills secondary.
Well, the reason why it slipped out is his hands are probably numb, and it's hard to get a grip on the ball, and it's really hard to throw when it's this cold out.
Yeah, that's right. When your hands are freezing cold, like his, I'm sure are, with this very cold weather, about 45 degrees, it's hard to throw perfect passes every single time. And do you think that might have been the reason we saw some poor passes from Justin DeGroat earlier in this second half?
That definitely could have been a reason.
Now Schneider under center. The handoff to number 20, Garcia. He hurdles a man, gets about 4 yards on the play there. And it looks like there's a fumble. Wayne Hill's pointing, saying it's their ball. Let's see what happens here. The refs are getting in the pile. And no, it's going to be third down. It is Pascack Valley ball. Although it looks like one ref is pointing towards Wayne Hill's direction and one ref is pointing towards Pascack Valley direction. So I'm a little confused here what's going on here.
I think they're going to have a meeting and talk about this, see who has possession.
Well, actually, I think they were just both holding up the third down symbol because, both teams are in their respective defensive and offensive huddles.
Yeah, and this seems to be the last play of the third quarter here. About 10 seconds left. Schneider in the shotgun, 3rd and 5. A huge play coming up right here. Schneider drops back. He's looking for a man. Gets to his wide receiver. Makes a good move. Cuts back. And he's taken down. It looks like he got the first down there by number 10, Nick Soravia, who also had that touchdown earlier.
Number 10, Nick Soravia, He's been playing great. He had the touchdown. He basically had 2 touchdowns. One was called back, but he's playing fantastically as a senior, trying to lead his team to a victory.
Yeah, Soravia is really playing a fantastic game. But that's going to wrap up the third quarter. We'll be back in a second with the fourth quarter action. Don't go anywhere.
High formation for the Patriots right now. And the fans are on their feet. Monahan, look at that. He's back in the pocket. And he's going for Greg Olsen. And he caught it! He caught it! Touchdown, Patriots! Touchdown, Patriots!
And we're back with fourth quarter action. And it's going to be Pascack Valley ball here for a big 1st and 10. They're really going to look to have a great drive here. The quarterback rolls to the outside. Great pressure by Wayne Hills. He steps up in the pocket. He's looking for a place to go with the ball, and that's a bouncer. But it'll look like he crossed the line of scrimmage there. Why do you think the refs called that?
Possibly he didn't cross the line of scrimmage. That's the only thing that comes to my head.
That was a difficult throw to make for him. He was rolling to his opposite side. He had to throw at an awkward angle, and he just came up short there.
That was fantastic pressure by the Wayne Hills defensive line. They really had 2 men that almost were able to pick up the sack, but Schneider was able to make a good move to avoid the pressure, step up in the pocket, look for a man, and he threw the incomplete pass, but at least he didn't get sacked, Pascack Valley.
Well, the defensive line for the Wayne Hills defense has really been playing really well the past two or three games.
Schneider under center, pitch to the outside of Garcia. He's looking for room on the outside, but taken down by just a swarm of Wayne Hills defenders. Picks up about 3 yards on the play there.
You can tell this Wayne Hills defense, they're hungry. They've been giving up touchdowns. They gave up 3 touchdowns already. They're hungry. They don't want to give up any more touchdowns.
Yeah, this Wayne Hills defense is really playing not the best game so far, but they're trying to stop this Pascack Valley offense, trying on this drive to get the ball back for their offense so Justin DeGroat can lead this Wayne Hills offense to another score.
Justin DeGroat definitely needs to come back here and have a strong fourth quarter if they want to win here.
And now it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Pascack Valley. Schneider under center. He has a man in motion. Play action. Looking for a man. There's a big throw, number 1. And he makes the catch. A great catch by Brendan Morrissey. And the Pascack Valley crowd is going crazy. That was a huge play for Pascack Valley.
That was a huge play by Brendan Morrissey to get his feet in, make sure that play counts, and that's just leadership and experience as a junior.
That was definitely a key play. Move the chains, get some more yards, and, even look to go to the end zone here.
And it looked like his quarterback, Kyle Schneider, threw it a little bit out of reach for the wide receiver, but Brendan Morrissey made a fantastic play on the ball to dive and make the catch. And if you're Pascack Valley, those are the type of plays that can help you win this game. And about 2 yard. Oh, it looks like there was a fumble on the play. The refs are coming in. I saw some extra jumps going on after the runner went down. I don't know what happened there. But looks for about a 3-4 yard gain there for Pascack Valley on the play. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 here. 10 minutes left in the game. 21-21. This one's definitely going to be coming down to the wire.
This drive is really going to tell it all. If Pascack Valley scores here, Wayne Hills will have to score and then score again to win. This drive, will predict the game.
And Zank trying to get to the outside. He's making his move. Spins off a couple men. And it looks like he picks up the first down there. Great run by Zank on the play.
Zank has been doing that all game. He's been carrying a lot of people with him, taking a lot of yards on every play. He's really doing a great job of carrying the ball.
Kyle Senk being a 6-foot running back, that's impressive, and he's not letting anyone take him down within the first 3 hits.
Yeah, but also on that run, we saw him be a little swift of foot there with his spin move here and there, really making like 3, 4, 5 men miss for Wayne Hills and pick up the first down. Now they're going to have better field position at about the 39-yard line. Pascack Valley is looking to score on this drive, no doubt about it. And Schneider with the play action. He's looking for a man. He's going deep. And it's intercepted by Preston Quinn. A fantastic play for, oh no, it seems like he did not complete his football move. Dropped the ball, and it's going to be 2nd down for Pascack Valley. And if Preston Quinn would have been able to make that interception, that could have been huge.
And we almost see an interception like that in the corner for Preston Quinn every game. So I'm really surprised he dropped that. He's definitely had the experience of, picking that kind of play off.
And there was no one in front of him either. He could have, maybe if he caught it, he could have gone, maybe another 50 yards for a touchdown.
Now, it looked like he went down on the play right on top of the wide receiver, so I don't think he would have been taking that back for 50 yards. But still, the momentum swing would have been gigantic for Wayne Hills. And Schneider with the draw play to Garcia. And he's only able to pick up about 2 or 3 yards there on the carry. And it's going to be about a 3rd and 7 here for Pascack Valley. 21-21 with about 9 minutes left. This is going to be a huge play, Andrew.
This is definitely a huge play because if it goes to about 4th and 6, 4th and 5, from what we've seen from their kicker, I don't think he can kick a field goal from that far.
And also the big question is, if you get a 4th and 2 in your Pascack Valley or 4th and 1, do you go for it? Do you punt? Do you kick the field goal? There's a lot of things that have to be in this coach's mind here. There's the play action. Schneider looking for a man. He goes deep. And it's caught by number 10, Nick Soravia. A fantastic play for Pascack Valley, and they're going up 27-21 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. That crowd for Pascack Valley is going crazy. A fantastic throw by Kyle Schneider there.
That Nick Soravia, he's really been stepping up this entire game. He's shown he wants to continue to be undefeated, and he's making it difficult for Wayne Hills.
What a momentum killer. You drop a pick and then you give up a touchdown. This is not what you're looking for if you're the Patriot defense.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills always has to be wondering, if we made that interception, what could have happened instead? Definitely not a touchdown for Pascack Valley. That's what I can tell you. And the extra point is good for Pascack Valley, 28-21 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. And Wayne Hills getting the ball back, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on this drive.
Wayne Hills, I'm going to look for them to, throw it a lot. They want to score quick, get a stop, and then score. They don't want to have to go into overtime. They don't want to do that. They want to win in 4 quarters.
They definitely have to win in 4 quarters. A couple of quick passes down the field. Maybe they're in 2 or 3 plays, and who knows what happens.
I don't know if I agree with you guys. I think Wayne Hills really needs to stick to the run a little bit. Don't play a different game plan. There's 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Do whatever you have to do to score the ball. There's no need to rush, no need to throw the ball deep on every single play. Just play good, smart football and try to score.
Well, I don't know if I said throw deep on every play. I just said pass more.
And Pascack Valley gets set to kick the ball to Wayne Hills. And Christian Rodriguez with the return. Hit hard, but bounces off the hit. Gets to the outside. Looks like he has room. But he's taken down at about the 40-yard line. A fantastic return by Christian Rodriguez to set Wayne Hills up with great field position there.
That was a beautiful play. And Justin DeGroat, he's going to have a lot of, room to work with. Great field position. The running game, this is a great situation for them.
I believe that Justin DeGroat will have a little bit of room to work with because the closer you get to the end zone, the less room you have, Andrew. And now it's going to be Wayne Hills' ball here. Down 20. Seems to be an injury on the play to Christian Rodriguez. And that's never something you want to see. Christian Rodriguez coming out of the game. That is going to have to hurt this Wayne Hills offense. And we'll be back after this.
First down, Horsell back to pass, excellent protection all the time in the world, looking downfield, looking for Van Penen, triple covered, sticks it in there, flags on the play, Van Penen ahead to the 20, looking for the sideline, he's across the 10, near the goal line, dives, touchdown Ray Van Penen.
And we're back with some more fourth quarter action. 8 minutes and 21 seconds left. Pascack Valley's up 28-21. And on that last play, we saw Christian Rodriguez go down, and it does not look like he'll be coming back anytime soon. I mean, they had to carry him off the field. He's sitting on the bench. I mean, hope for a speedy recovery for Christian Rodriguez. But Robbie Schiller comes in the game here, and Wayne Hills has to just forget about Christian Rodriguez being injured. They got to look to move the ball. They got to look forward to the next play. And this Pascack Valley team jumps all over Robbie Schiller, playing after the whistle there. And a little bit of a scuffle going on the field. There is some flags thrown. We'll see what the call here is by the referees.
Looks like they were throwing some bows there.
The referees are discussing what the call is going to be. I mean, it's really hard to make a call during a fight. Do you make the call on the guy who started the fight? Do you make the guy on the call on the retaliation?
It's got to be a dual penalty with, basically no result. Just keep the ball where it is. There's crimes on both sides. You got to let it be.
You're nodding your head, Mike. It looks like you agree. What do you think about that?
Well, I definitely agree because in a situation like that, both teams are saying words to each other, so it's anything could have happened.
They were doing a little more than saying words.
Yeah, I don't think it's the words that really makes the call happen. It's the fists and the elbows and all that type of stuff. But it looks by the boos from the Pascack Valley crowd that it's going to be a call on Pascack Valley. And apparently the penalty's offset for both teams, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for Wayne Hills with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Justin DeGroat, great play action, but even better pressure by this Pascack Valley defensive line, and they take him down, and it's going to be 3rd and long for Wayne Hills here. That's not what you want.
As great of a play action that was, Kyle Hunsinger and Eric Moskowitz, neither of them were open downfield. The backs, the secondary for them, they really had them locked up.
For Pascack Valley, that's one of the benefits of a 5-man defensive line. You get to the, you get to the quarterback quicker, and forces a sack.
Yeah, the thing with that play action was it was a really good play action, really sold the fake, but it seemed like Justin DeGroat kind of tucked the ball and ran away from the play for a little too long. And 3rd and 18 coming up here with about 7 minutes, 15 seconds left. Wayne Hills down 21-28, and they're going to have to go for a deep pass here. And it looks like Pascack Valley's bringing the pressure. Justin DeGroat steps up. He's looking for a man. He's going to run it himself. He gets to the outside. He's got some room. And it looks like he is just short of the 1st down. But that was a great run by Justin DeGroat. Great decision. He avoided the pressure, was able to step up and then run it himself.
Now, if you're Wayne Hills, it's about 4th and 2. Do you go for it on this play?
Yeah, they're about in the middle of the field. I say you got to go for it. You got to force the issue. You got to try and score the ball. Not on this play, but on this drive. And they got to try to pick up the 1st down. Mike, you're shaking your head no. What do you think they should be doing?
Well, it looks like they're punting here. They have the punting unit on. They have the long snapper and Eric Moskowitz back deep.
So they're hoping to pin him back deep or hopefully get another muff punt return.
Or do you think maybe Wayne Hills will go with some trickery and go with the fake punt, try running with one of these punt protectors? But no, it doesn't look like that's what's going to be. Eric Moskowitz with a great punt. Ball's up in the air. Garcia's going back to try and recover it. And the ball goes out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. And now Pascack Valley comes out. They're looking to score again and try and put the game away here.
Yeah, if you're Wayne Hills, you need to, have them 3 and out or turnover right now because this is it. This is the drive of the game.
A 3 and out would be a gift here. They need to get some. They need to get the defense off the field and some points on the board.
I believe you mean the offense off the field. And it wouldn't necessarily be a gift because a 3 and out is something you earn as a defense. The defense really needs to come together. The defensive line needs to get great pressure. The cornerbacks and the safeties need to make sure they cover their men. And if they can do that, they'll get the ball real quick with about maybe 5 minutes left. And we'll be in store for a fantastic finish. But Chris Garcia, great run up the middle there. Seems like he might have picked up the 1st down on that run.
That was a big play by Chris Garcia, and he's really, for Pascack Valley, he's trying to put this game away now. Pascack Valley, they have experience. They're 5-0. They know how to win games.
They're trying to run the clock here, run the ball with their 2 big running backs, and really just make sure that the Justin DeGroat and the Patriot offense stays off the field.
Yeah, this Patriot defense looks like they're ready to try and stop this Pascack Valley offense up. They know the situation. They know what this drive means to the game, and they're going to try everything they can to stop this Pascack Valley offense. Schneider under center. There's the handoff, but it seems like there's a flag on the play. And it's going to be a false start on Pascack Valley. And the Wayne Hills crowd is clapping. They like it. It's going to be 1st and 15 coming up for Pascack Valley. And it's going to be a better situation for this Wayne Hills defense.
Wayne Hills is definitely happy with that play. But the injury to Christian Rodriguez, they're definitely upset now. You know, they're missing their captain, starting running back. That's definitely going to affect the team in a terrible way.
Yeah, it really will. The loss of Christian Rodriguez is huge, but hopefully this Wayne Hills team will be able to overcome it and try to win the game or send it into overtime or something. And Pascack Valley is going to try to stay with this run game, picks up about 2 or 3 yards there with Garcia. And do you think they're running the ball more so to pick up first downs, or it's just to run the clock 100%?
It's definitely got to be to run the clock out. And Wayne Hills, for the most part, hasn't been stopping the running game. So they're getting some positive yards and running the clock at the same time. It's a win-win for them.
Running the clock is definitely what they're trying to do here. Keep the offense off the field, and you know we're already 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, so the Patriots are going to have to get two scores to win the game, so that's difficult.
And do you think Coach Olsen wishes he had those timeouts back that he called earlier in the game? With only 1 timeout left, it's going to be hard to stop this Pascack Valley running game and to stop the clock. And they pick up a couple more yards on that run, and it's going to be about 3rd and 5 coming up here.
Now, we've been saying the biggest play. This is the biggest play of the game. Biggest 3rd down of the game.
I think we've said that just about every 3rd down, Andrew.
Yeah, I think we could send into SportsCenter top 10 biggest 3rd downs of this game, because it seems like almost every single one is a huge situation. And I'm sorry, it's going to be about a 3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line in the 4th quarter. 4 minutes left, 28-21 Pascack Valley. Do you think Pascack Valley is going to try to air it out, or are they just going to run the ball and try to run the clock some more?
I think they're going to try to just get the first down so they have it and then run the clock out more and more.
And Pascack Valley is going to call a timeout here. I think the coach wants to rally the troops a little bit, let them know the game plan. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. This is a huge play coming up here.
This 3rd and 6, basically, if they get it, they're almost, you know, at the end of the game, they almost win. So, huge play for them.
Yeah, Wayne Hills defense really needs to know the situation. They need to know that this is a huge play. They need to stop this Pascack Valley team, if at all possible, because this Pascack Valley team's really been rolling in the second half.
So now if you're Pascack Valley, what are you going to do on this play to get the first down?
I think Pascack Valley might try one of their patented draw plays where their quarterback drops back, makes it look like he's going to pass the ball, then hands it off to Garcia. He runs up the middle. There's going to be a huge hole, and if they can do that and pick up the first down, that would be huge for Pascack Valley.
You know, Chris Garcia and Kyle Zenk, they haven't really been stopped all game. So a run by either of them would be huge for them.
Maybe even a little bubble screen to either of them, too. That could work as well, because they haven't really thrown any screens or bubble screens at all.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the bubble screen all day from either team, so that would be a very interesting play call by Pascack Valley, but it could work if they try to bust that out. Schneider in the shotgun. He drops back. He's looking for a man. And it is caught by number 7 for Pascack Valley, Kevin Ilian, and it looks like that was probably enough for the first down. It looks like they're going to come out here for the measure. No, they're not. They're moving the chains. That's a first down for Pascack Valley. That's a huge play by the Pascack Valley offense. And it's really plays like that in crunch time moments and big time games that sets this team apart from other teams in the state. They're looking to win a state championship. They're undefeated right now, and they've been playing fantastically this game. And now another run to Garcia. He's looking for room. Picks up about 2 or 3 yards there on the play.
Now, if you're Pascack Valley, all you need to do now is kill the clock, and you have a win.
Yeah, they can just keep running this ball, and Wayne Hills with only 1 timeout left. Doesn't really have any way to stop the clock. They just got to get a stop and make Pascack Valley punt the ball, or best case scenario, strip Kevin Garcia, Chris Garcia, and make him fumble.
It's the Garcia brothers, you know, you get confused.
Schneider under center. Hand off to Garcia. He's pushing forward, and it looks like he's just short of the first down there. Setting up a 3rd and short coming up here. And Wayne Hill's defense, this defensive line really needs to pack it in and make sure they do not pick up the first down here.
You know, here's another critical third down here for the Wayne Hills defense. And again, we find ourselves saying that this is the most important third down situation.
Well, with about 2 minutes left in the game.
2 minutes left in the game here. 28-21, Pascack Valley. They have the ball on about the Wayne Hills 48-yard line for a 3rd and 1 coming up. A big run play coming up here. Pass gets it to Zank, and he's going to pick up the first down, and that could be the game. Wayne Hills has 1 timeout left, and best case scenario, they'll get the ball back with 30 or 40 seconds. I don't know if that's enough time for Wayne Hills to really make plays. What do you think, Andrew?
Well, first down here for Pascack Valley. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, 1st and 10 on the Wayne Hills 39-yard line. 4th quarter, it's 28-21, and they can really just run this clock. The feeling on the sideline here for Wayne Hills is just very sad. These players aren't happy. And Zank, a big run up the middle, and that's really going to put the game away. Zank's going to score a touchdown here, and there it is. 34-21, Pascack Valley. Wayne Hills getting the ball back with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. And this Wayne Hills stand, it seems like they're clearing a little bit. People are going to go home. You can turn this game off right now because this game's over.
Now, obviously, a minute left. They're down by 2 scores. They're not going to come back. But if you're Wayne Hills, is there a way you can still make the playoffs?
Well, the key is definitely beating PCTI at home in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Pascack Valley next week should be a pretty easy win for Wayne Hills. But in 2 weeks against PCTI, that's going to be a huge game at home to really decide their playoff hopes. And it's 35-21, Pascack Valley here. A minute, 8 seconds left. They're going to kick the ball to Wayne Hills. If you're Wayne Hills, are you going to try some lateral type plays with this kick return team? Are you going to try to throw deep with Justin DeGroat, or do you just run it and let the game end because you know that you're not going to win? Don't risk injury.
Well, you have to try. Like, what's the worst that happens?
They're definitely going to try. You know, every play, they just want to improve how their team plays for the future. So they're not just going to give up. That's not what Wayne Hills football is. But they know it's over.
Pascack Valley gets set to kick the ball off to Wayne Hills. And they're just going to squib it up the middle. Returned by Eric Mossler. He's looking for room to the outside. Stiff-arming men left and right, but he goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. And that's pretty good field position for Wayne Hills. Maybe they can make a play, get an onside kick. I mean, I know it's a stretch, but it could happen, Andrew.
It's definitely a possibility. Junior quarterback Justin DeGroat, he hasn't showed us what he can do in really crunch time minute yet. So we'll see if he can get a very quick score.
Now my question is if Coach Olson had all of his timeouts at his disposal that last drive by Pascack Valley, would this have been a different situation?
Oh, it would have been 100% different. Although Pascack Valley did score a touchdown, so I guess maybe it wouldn't have been different. But if he had those timeouts, the clock would have been stopped. There would have been more momentum for Wayne Hills to think about. And that's a wobbler by Justin DeGroat in the air. And it's going to be intercepted by Pascack Valley. And that's game over pretty much. Interception by number 7, Kevin Illian, the captain. He's been making big plays all night on the offensive end. Now he makes a big play on the defensive end. And Pascack Valley is going to come out here. They're just going to sit on the ball, and it's going to be over. 35-21, Pascack Valley.
Kevin Illian and Nick Soravia at defensive back and wide receiver, they've really been a huge difference maker in this game. And they really gave Pascack Valley the advantage.
And although Wayne Hills seemingly is going to lose this game, there's a lot of positives to draw from it. They played a lot of great offensive drives. Justin DeGroat had 3 touchdowns throwing the ball, the most he's had in his career. There's some things that they can look at the tape and say, we did some good things good this game.
They can definitely look at some plays and drives and, you know, show how Justin has excelled and how some of the younger players have excelled, but it's not going to do them much in this game.
You know, especially with the loss to Christian Rodriguez, that was huge. And, you know, it's really going to be difficult for them to find someone to fill that role. He carried a bulk of their carries last game. He had a ton of carries this game, and who knows what happens.
And we see Pascack Valley just take a knee there, and it looks like the clock's going to run out. It's going to be 35-21 Pascack Valley at the end of the game. It's really, although this Wayne Hills team's not very happy, I still don't think it was a complete negative game for them. It's somewhat of a moral victory, don't you think, to go into an undefeated team's house, almost pull out a win. They had the lead for a lot of the game. Justin DeGroat played fantastically. The running game never really got going. It did some good things towards the end. I mean, what was there to say about this team in this game?
You know, this team showed a lot of will and that they were very hungry for the victory. And, you know, it's surprising and upsetting for a lot of fans that they lost this game.
You know, there's a lot of emotion on the sidelines, and it's just a very almost depressing game for Wayne Hills. You know, to have such a legacy at Wayne Hills as Coach Olson has, this is definitely, you know, something that they're not proud of.
Yeah, I highly doubt Coach Olson came this season expecting to be 3-3 at the end of Week 6. But that's the record now, and Wayne Hills is really going to have to make a push if they want to make the playoffs. And that's going to wrap it up for us here. 35-21 Pascack Valley. We'll see you next week, or in 2 weeks, sorry, for the PCTI game.